three missing Montgomery College students continues in Frederick County.
And I got to play with your wand. It was great.
Definitely fun.
Oh, keep going.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to a new episode of Footage Foreplay. We're back for another episode. How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Just living the shed dream.
Good.
All right.
How are you?
All right, Oxy. What you been up to, girl? Let's just start with you, girl. How you been?
Stressed.
Why?
Right.
You can't be stressed.
Just a variety of dumb
You just
shit
had Mother's
throughout
Day.
the
How
week.
was your Mother's Day?
It was good. We visited both our moms. Desserts were involved. It was good. We didn't go anywhere. I feel like I will
Did
never.
you have birthday?
Yeah,
Right
I'd
the
never
day
want to like
before?
go out to like breakfast or whatever. Especially with a 3-year-old. I don't know how people do it with kids. Like, you hear the weights are probably insane.
Oh, of course. Russell and Cliff didn't make you breakfast. They should have both tag team made breakfast. He could have made you some Fruit Loop Cheerios shit, and Russell could have, I don't know, what he do? Eggs? I mean, it would have been great. Did they do that for you?
No, we got to sleep in because Cliff was at a sleepover at my
Oh,
parents' house. So
nice.
that was the best gift
Ever. Oh, good. So you got some sleep.
Get the gift of
but
rest.
I know.
Yep.
To
I know
recollect.
Russell always get to sleep, girl, so. Y'all so
There-
funny.
There's a lot of nights
I
I've been
love
going to bed
this.
before him.
Oh, really?
I finally got some new glasses because mine
Oh, let me
died.
see.
They fell apart.
Hell
They're
yeah.
almost exactly the same, but
I
they're not.
couldn't even
purple.
notice.
I
Oh,
hate
what else
shopping
is
for
new?
frames.
Remember when I got new
Oh.
glasses before I came to San Francisco, and then I threw a bottle cap at Chris, so he threw one back, and we scratched each other's glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
Stupid.
God,
dude. I
that
can
was
still see
really-
it. It's just right there. That's fucking bottle
Yeah.
cap scratch.
I had a scratch on mine for, I guess I got those other ones in 2021 from when Cliff took them and just took a bite when he was teething and like
Oh, shit.
scratched them. Like, wow.
That bottle cap thing, I just want to. That was so dumb because you did it first, scratched his lens, then he did it back, somehow immediately scratched your lens, and then you flipped out. You're like, no,
Well-
my fucking glass.
I was wasted. I don't even remember flipping out, but
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't care. But it is funny because I wasn't aiming for his glasses, but that's what I hit. I wanted
Did you
to hit
also
his
scratch his
bald head.
glasses?
Why did you guys want to hit each other in the eye? I think that's the real question.
I don't know. I
So
was just
fucked
drunk
up.
and I had a bottle
When
cap
you're-
and I was like, I'm going to throw this at Chris's head as hard as I can. It seemed like a good
Dude.
idea.
Yeah.
So
Terrell, you don't remember? He was Jeffrey Dahmer, dude. He was out for blood.
But I don't remember
I
him
still have
going
a
for
photo of me
eyeballs.
with my hands like pressed against the glass in my face. Like you guys have me locked out, I think, at one point.
We were
think
trying to
so.
stay safe, dude.
Man.
Didn't work.
Yeah. Logic- reasoning kind of exits when shots are involved.
Yeah. Especially that many. There was a lot of numerous shots that night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, nice. Anything else, Oxanas?
No, I just went on a cleaning spree this morning because that's how I think is my coping method with stressful
Oh, why are you
situations.
so
I think
stressed about?
it's a bunch of it's like it's a lot of work stuff. It's other stuff. It's whatever. It's a bunch of dumb shit all together, and I dealt with it by taking my vacuum apart and doing a deep clean because it
Oh,
no
wow.
longer worked.
Oh, you fixed it. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It was pretty rewarding, just like scrubbing the
Yeah.
the shit
It's like
and like putting it back
scrubbing
together.
away the badness. Now it's all nice and fresh and clean and smell good. It feels good. It
Yeah,
does.
I like
Period.
it. Now it works
Okay.
again too. So
So, Evan, have you been doing any deep cleaning to your shed?
No. The No, I've
How
done
you
no
doing?
deep cleaning. I'm making it. We laid Bud to rest this week, my dog of 14 years, so it's been
Damn,
a
I'm sorry, dude.
yeah.
it's been a tough week,
Yeah, we're
but,
just talking about that.
but
Yeah, people, if you've been a listener to the show for a while, Bud was the one who used to Blair Witch in the corner.
yeah. Who would like
Yeah.
stand in the fucking corner and
Or
stare at-
obsession in the
That shit
corner.
is
Miss
so
Nikki
funny.
back there, bitch.
Yeah.
Nikki back there looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he was a good dog. He was my best friend for a long time, and like when I was an addict, that was you kind of realize you think you have friends when you're an addict, but when you get out of it, you realize you didn't. Like the drug was
Mhm.
what you were all after. You didn't care about each other. But I always had Bud, even when I was off on my, dark addiction days. So it's like, it was a tough goodbye, but we got him, like, I'm working on like a cross thing to put on his grave, but we got him buried out there in the yard and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a dark week. I've been avoiding like talk. I don't think I've talked to any of y'all all week this week, hardly. But
same. I ain't heard from nobody, girl. No one talking to me.
It's always a dark week for Terrell.
But yeah, I got to get back on track. I've avoided working on stuff I needed to work on this week, and I've been just like falling into alcohol and video games, and I got to not do that. So I got to get out of this pit. But otherwise, it's been fine.
You gotta laugh to keep from crying. I get it, girl.
My stepson Mason, he did graduate from high school
last
night. So
he going to college?
Actually, he's doing some kind of trade school thing. He wants to do electric, some kind of specific thing. It's like a trade school thing he's wanting to go and do
for electricity people. What do they call
something
it?
like that? Yeah,
electrician.
Power.
It's not like a lineman though. It's something different.
So he gonna be smart and make some money.
Yeah,
but it's like a trade thing he wants to do. Yeah, so I think that's his plan, and he's working right now already. He's real work minded. He wants to work. He's like, fuck school.
Oh, that's good.
But
he chose the path that we did not, which will probably lead to owning a house and having regular money and
no college debt,
not living paycheck to paycheck, and well, good for him. Good choice.
Go Mason. Period.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So that was the good thing that happened at the end of the week.
Hell yeah.
Nice. And what about you, Russ? What you been up to?
Dude, there's not enough time in the week. I started, well, again, we just got out of our birthday weeks. Well, I'm buried in shit.
How was your birthday? Oh, we already talked about that.
I know, it's confusing, right? Because we did record.
Because it was last Friday was the thing. You said I ruined your party. And then we did record Saturday. Yeah, it stuck with me. And so, Sunday was Oxy. Oh yeah, so it was just Oxy's and Mother's Day we met. Okay, never mind. We did talk about your birthday.
We got to get David. Shout out to David Galindo. He's the one that does all our animation for all the UF characters, and we got to get him to make a little like devil and angel Terrell to sit on his shoulders. So whenever Terrell's this inner dialogue out loud, we can have the little devil be like,
do it all the time. I know. It just come right out. That's what
but you're crazy.
You
it's
said
fine.
It last week. That's why I'm never going up there again. But
no one said that for the record.
It's fine. Everybody heard it. Nobody say that here. So that's why
you were the only one who said it.
This is why he's surrounded by Tauruses, because we're too stubborn. We're just like,
everyone around me is a Taurus. It's so crazy.
It's the free market. That's how it works out. So yeah, we got out of here, and then we went into birthday stuff, and then the next day was Mother's Day. So it was just like a lot of, I don't know, celebration, but it was scheduling. We were driving around all the time. Yeah, it's fine.
It was not planning ahead and then trying to cram in everything, and it just.
So I mean, it's not bad. It worked out fine. It wasn't any real free time. So in between, I've been trying to get back to reading. Thank you again for the birthday. So I actually read a couple of comics. Do I have them near me?
You got a Conan.
I mentioned. Yeah, from the Barnes & Noble trip we went on, I bought a bunch. I just finished this heavy metal compilation of Brooklyn Gladiator. This thing is such a awesome adult themed, like kind of back to what you want heavy metal to be. It's a dystopian future, and I will tell you, there was a moment halfway through the book where I went, "Oh, really?" And there's like a reveal. The main character is trying to leave America, and he's getting on a plane, and when he gets to the airport, it's just Trump International. And I'm like, dude, we're doing such a good job of making like an engaging fictional, not a new kind of sandbox setting, but like a engaging one. And I was completely immersed. And I'm like, yeah, now we're going to go into real politics, and it forces you to look back at everything that happened. You're like, I guess it was always there. And it didn't ruin it for me. I still thought it was fantastic, but I'm like, dude, can we just like have a escape, please? And like, maybe you could have a character that's very Trumpian, but just don't put the fucking name there. Yeah. Because it completely ripped me out. And I'm like, oh my God. And then the next comic is all about engaging with TSA in 2033. And it's like, Fantastic.
Weird.
I really did like it though. Then I got a book from one of our virtual creators, the novelization of Finding Randy.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Available
look at how thick this
on
book is.
Amazon.
Dude. So I haven't
Nice.
started reading that.
That's
Then-
wild. I'm so curious what that book is like.
Dude, me too. And I will read it. Then I got another book from co-host Evan, who sent me a book from David Shields, one of the guys he's working for, which is this, Terrell. This looks like a book you would hate. Look at, there ain't even a picture. They're just words on the cover.
No.
I know. It's like all, but Evan, you were saying this is all about like our need for realism in movies, or what audiences are kind of like craving.
It sort of discusses like it's a book of sort of like almost art theory in a way, where it's like he's talking about his philosophies on like nonfiction and fiction, and how that nonfiction is like the more, I don't know, essential thing, and it's just, it also
Cool.
talks about the blurring of the two, and
Rad. I mean, it
does a
sounds
lot of
right up
cool
my
shit.
alley. I have been reading a lot of fiction, so I do want some like theory. So it's a perfect thing to hit me with. Thank you again. Then I'm going to go ahead. Oksana finished a book. Terrell, remember how long ago she was reading
I
this?
restarted it because it was in 2020.
We were driving with Terrell and Andy to Vegas when I finished this book, and
that was
it's
years ago.
the old book. What the hell is this called? Sandcastle.
Oh.
Yeah. You read that in the back seat.
Yep. Bad idea too. I always think I don't get motion sickness, and I didn't there, but I have pretty vivid memories of reading like a Game Informer and being like, oh, I'm gonna fucking puke, and it ruined.
Yeah.
I remember it ruined a pumpkin patch when I was an angsty teenager, and I was like, I
puked.
No, because I fought it the whole time, and I probably if I puked, it would have just been done.
Yeah.
But no, I fought it the whole time, and I felt
mean,
miserable for hours.
Checks
I never
out.
felt
Okay.
that. Why? How does that happen?
Well, if you're reading in a car, your brain and body are out of sync, where your body's like jostling all over, but you're reading. It's so when you're on a boat, that's why they call it like motion sickness. It's usually they want you to look at the horizon because you'll see it moving with the boat, where if you're just like in a cabin, it looks normal, but your body's doing this the whole time. Like it's a weird, honestly, I don't even know what I'm talking about. That's as far as I understand how that works.
Yeah.
Also this week, we snuck out, saw a couple of movies we'll talk about. We were gonna go roll with Terrell to a premiere thing. We'll talk about that later. Spoiler alert, we didn't get in. Super fucking annoying with that one. But then we also, we went to a fucking concert last night, which I don't think we've been to a show in 2 years.
At least I can't remember the last one.
So we went out.
You went to one without me. I know.
That's right. Oh, you had to add that in, huh?
Well, I mean, it has to happen.
Karma got me. I do remember I went in the mosh pit for the first time in a long time, and I lost a ring. You remember? Yeah, I lost one of my pinky ring. Somebody
drove it into some dude's fucking jaw, and it's still planted there to this day.
You wish. I was
That's
probably
the
like,
one-
oh, don't hit me, and then like popped off.
That's the one that I have the matching one of.
Yeah, which I stole. You haven't been wearing it clearly because it's in my drawer.
No, you got that. I gave you that one because it was the wrong size, and I got a different one. So
and,
I still
and
have.
I took that one like a year ago. Anyway, so we went to a show. I just want to give a quick shout out. It was kind of like a mini reunion. We got invited last minute. I'm sure some people dropped out, and then there's some guest list spots open. So we went out to a show where I'm wearing the shirt. MBR, fantastic music. It's kind of like a data wave. It's a lot of the story behind the band is that a sentient computer had written all the music. But if you like Iron Maiden leading guitars with like digital kind of virtuistic, no, it would be like a virtuoso. Imagine Beethoven, but a computer. The shit was fantastic. And their art, which I don't know if
Looks
you
like the
can see
IBM logo, the MBR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The full name too, because I tried to look them up on Spotify, is Master Boot Record.
Yeah, fantastic.
Okay.
Evan, you would have had fun because they had a visual show, and the assets that they created for this are, I mean, a lot of prominent floppy disk art.
Mm-hmm.
So it was,
Hell yeah.
I was rocking that Uff shirt, and I would, people noticed.
Kind of
I'm
like,
oh yeah,
does it have like a video game music vibe to it, or what's the
dude? They did a Doom cover where because of Doom.wad, I was just like, this shit fucking rules. And that was the moment. But again, we went out because our homie Devin was playing with Crash Faster in the opening band. They opened the show, and they do a lot of the coordinating. They're the people that get a lot of these groups out here. And so, yeah, shout out to Devin and Kaja, who was there. The two homies who kind of started the Overlook with me. So that was weird. Like, neither of them really fuck with film like that anymore. So I kind of feel like the dork who never let it go, where like one of them's doing like computer programming, the other one's playing in bands all over the place. I'm like, yeah, I chose wrong. So shout out to Evan's stepson. Bad choices.
That sounds tight, though. I've never been to a show like that exactly that you're describing. I've been to like electronic shows, and I've been to like rock bands playing like video game soundtrack covers.
Covering, yeah,
but that sounds like somewhere in the middle, and I've never.
You got to look up Bit Brigade. Do you know that band?
That's who I saw play Mega Man at.
Oh, that's a fantastic. For people who don't know, Bit Brigade is a band. They play with a dude who's a fucking virtuoso video game player, and he just plays a game through, beats it, and the band plays live all the music. So like if homie dies, they play the music of him dying.
Yeah.
And not like after. There's no lag. They do it live.
Yeah, this was at like PAX South in Austin where I saw him.
That's why you saw. I'm like, where the fuck did they play in Mississippi?
No, it was in Austin.
Like what the?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That
I don't think they do PAX South anymore. I think COVID killed that. That was the smallest of the PAX fests, and I think they killed that one after.
Yeah,
COVID.
I've seen them play Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden. And
hell yeah,
so tight. I highly, if they come anywhere near you, like first Swallow, which we learned. Actually, that's a B-side from a thing. Whatever. And I watched the roast of Kevin Hart, which Terrell, after you talked to me. Terrell, what were your thoughts on that? I don't need to say anything about it. I just want to know what you thought.
Why? What did you think of it? All them racist jokes.
I thought it was
the retard stuff was funny because you used to get on me about saying retard, but girl, they were saying it a lot. What else? I don't know. I thought it was all right. It was just a lot of like celebrities. Like Usher came out. You had The Rock come out. You had
Lizzo. I like Lizzo.
Anymore, but she was funny.
Yeah. Dude, I liked her
she
there.
Was mean mugging the whole time. I was live tweeting when I was watching it, and then I think I was saying I didn't know who Big J was because I was I tweeted. I was like, "Who was Big J?" Because he was not funny to me. And you were.
I love
one
Big
guy
J.
commented. Yep. He was like, "Yeah, he's not funny. He's fucking hilarious." And I was like, "Well, Kel, I'm uninformed because what I seen was just not funny to me." But
you should watch the they them.
Out.
Crowdworks.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell would like those, I think. The they them crowdwork specials.
I don't know if Big J's Terrell's style.
No, I don't like it. He was not funny.
Maybe not.
Oh, I hated
maybe not. I love him.
I was like, who is him? Why is he so? They all like him. I don't know. I thought it was all right. It was hot and cold. I was kind of bored with some of it. I didn't laugh that much. Tony Hinchcliffe did his thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I liked the girl they kept getting on with the hair from the talk.
Cheryl. Hightower.
There you go. I loved her.
Underwood?
Hightower, that's not her name.
Is it Hightower? I don't know. Cheryl something.
Underwood.
Okay, yeah, Cheryl something. I don't know her.
She was my favorite. She stole the show for me. They needed Nikki Glaser. That's what happened.
You know what I thought was weird was why the fuck did Kevin Hart have a mic the whole time? Like, what was that? Like,
they didn't do that with Tom Brady. He had no because when Tony Hinchcliffe came up and said, "Nice shoes, bitch, you win those in the divorce," he said like, "Don't say that shit again" or something. He said some kind of retort, and it was not Mike. They boosted it in the Netflix like recording so you could hear it. But that was weird that they let him just chime in.
All the other roasts, I remember people not even talking until like it was there.
They don't. They get their rebuttal at the end. That's all they get
it at the end. But he talked the whole time, and it was long. I don't know. I missed some of the beginning, but I caught up through the tweets. I didn't rewatch it, so I didn't see Usher? I saw that clip after.
Okay,
like I watched his burn, but he added words and tried to be funny with it.
Yeah.
I watched it after. I didn't watch it live. I skipped Usher and all that shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I think a couple of them even said, like, they said, hey, push the racist shit.
Yeah, everything was racism. I was like, oh my God, this is what we're doing? All right, let's go.
Well, I mean, there are a couple things there. It's a roast. So it's always about trying to get under people's skin, right?
Yeah.
And then what easier way to an American audience than to throw in race? But also, I think they were really going for like kind of a black comedy vibe,
It
which is
had
why
that,
I think
it had that vibe. It had like a
sure.
Def Jam Comedy Stars like
There's a
kind
bunch of
vibe
white
to it.
people.
like a little like raw energy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the white people, like you mentioned, Big J, Shane Gillis hosted, and then like Tony, they're just like very prolific comedians right now. Also, I thought Tony shit felt a little mean,
Yeah.
which
His
I know
was.
it might sound weird.
And he
saying that
fired him off hella fast too. Was he nervous?
super fast. No, I think he came like with the machine gun.
Yeah.
And just wanted to level the room. And I'm like, you know, he does this whole villain arc thing and he tries to lean into it. And I'm like, I think this stand-up was kind of the fruit of his labors, where everybody coming for him made jokes about him burning crosses, made jokes about him like helping create a dictatorship. Like, it was not fun-spirited. And I felt like he kind of came out, and instead of meeting them with jokes, he met them with like fucking an assault. I was like, dude, which is not Kill Tony. I know a lot of people that splits hairs for people, but I think at the core of that show, it is kind of like building a community and reflecting on comedy. And like, I've learned a lot from there, but that just felt like different to me.
It did feel a little like he was almost like the dog in the corner barking. Like he was like, man, fuck all of you. Like you all are shit. But
Which
I did still ultimately laugh
energy.
maybe more during his set than any of the others, even Big J's, which I really liked.
Big J was not funny. You like that comedy set?
I liked it.
I was so shocked.
I think he teetered off.
Because she was the best.
She was okay.
One. She was
I thought Jay teetered off
towards
towards the end, though. He went into a story at the end that was too. It was too long. The
And what
story he
about the
told at the
retarded
end.
looking white boy?
The real one. Shane Gillis?
The tall, yeah, he looked retarded.
Yeah,
that's it was
the,
funny too.
I think Shane Gillis is the
crushed.
top stand-up comedian right now.
He was probably the funniest
fantastic.
person on the whole thing, and he wasn't even part of the dais. He was the host. Like,
I think his podcast is probably like, you know, all these, the comedy podcast scene is blown up, and I mean, it's been blown up, but I think his has lasted just because he's maintained a very like casual. The problem
he's the
with
same
his is, I think
Shane
a
no
lot of
matter
that
what.
bleeds in.
That's
Yeah,
the best part of him.
exactly.
He's the same dude. It doesn't matter who the fuck's standing in front of him. He's the same. Like when he got up there and he was like, "Look at all these fucking rich people down here, dude. I'm doing it for the people in the decks, yo." Like,
Yeah.
He's just the same dude, no matter what. He's like, and that makes it easy for him to win people over. I think he's not putting on an act, you know.
And again, I just wanted to touch on this because I know everybody talked about it, but Terrell said something hella funny to me, where you didn't know his name, but you're like, who the hell is this fucking bald, descended, testicle, flabby white man?
Well, yeah,
Jeff Ross?
I like him.
Yeah.
But he looked crazy in the red suit.
Yeah.
Eddie
That's
Murphy.
his thing. If you've watched the other, he's the guy who always shows
He
up in a
looked like
costume.
the Austin Powers villain. He looks
Dude.
crazy.
Austin Powers villain is dead on.
Yeah.
He looks
What's he
like a
look like?
fucking dude.
What's his
He
name?
needed the little
Jeff Ross.
munchkin.
No, not Jeff Ross. I mean, Dr. Evil or
Oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
guy.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't matter. But yeah,
Or Uncle
forgot his
Fester,
name.
or like, yeah.
yeah.
He looked
Yeah,
just
he's-
like that.
He's
yeah.
looking wild
I mean,
now.
who else was on there? I can't remember.
Yeah, he's out here looking like the ghost of Jeff Ross, dude. Like,
Well, I think everyone was a little like, well, I mean, obviously mean, but like extra mean.
They were all mean, racist,
Because I think they were trying to
homophobic.
make a statement that like, oh, we can say what we want
Oh,
again or
That's
whatever.
a charitable opinion. I think they were all
Well, they
trying to
even
beat
said
the.
it.
I think they were trying to beat the Tom Brady roast, which did the top numbers ever in Netflix.
Really?
So they're
With Kim
trying- yeah.
Kardashian getting booed and they took it out?
Yeah, so that's also I watched this late. I watched this like 2 days ago.
Mm.
So did
so
you know
I
about
bet
anything
some
being cut?
stuff? No, I don't know. But I'm sure there was because they cut shit out from that they
Yeah.
don't like.
what was
Yeah.
the Cat Williams Kevin Hart beef? Was that real? I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Yeah,
Was
they
that?
hate each other. Did you
I didn't know
watch
if that was a
sit-down?
bit or if that. No, I didn't know the history behind that. Of
Yeah,
like,
what
like
is it,
each other.
Terrell?
I don't know.
Why?
They
Just
still
because
like
they're
each
both
other.
short?
Are they? I like Cat Williams more, honestly.
I think
Oh,
Cat
yeah.
Williams got an inch on him.
TBH.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that.
I mean, if we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about their comedy stuff, yeah, Cats is definitely.
To end it,
I prefer it.
I do want to say I thought The Rock did fantastic.
Really?
The
He's-
Rock.
I did
Yeah.
not.
Dwayne
You
Johnson, I
he
liked
did-
him.
You thought so? He was
Yeah,
just
you know
flirting
why?
with his wife trying to fuck.
Well, here's the thing. I think The Rock is one of those old Hollywood, like, he's so professional that you never get anything fucking real from him.
Did you see
And
his hair in Moana?
No.
Oh, never mind. Y'all
So
funny.
the thing is, I think he did come out a little drunk, And
yeah,
I think
he was fucked
Good.
up. In
That's
his
what you
defense,
should be
for
at a
sure.
roast.
I know.
But so was like Tony and them. Like Tony's.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Those fools are always drunk or
That's
chain
true.
smoking. But like The Rock, I still think he was like very buttoned up and professional. But I do think a little like you got to see some cracks. And
did.
thankfully he seems cool. Like he doesn't seem like a douche, which it could have went either way.
He
But
doesn't.
I did. I
I will
enjoyed
say he does not seem, now that, like you said, we got a little bit of realness there. He does not seem as full of himself as I would have thought. He seems like he's just fun and like, you know.
Yeah. Or you would imagine that he has kind of like a Will Smith home life, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all fucking chaos and like he wakes up thinking about his
And
image.
he's self-serious and like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was happy with that.
Tom Brady
But
also
yeah.
shit the bed pretty hard out there with his trying to do a set thing. Anytime an athlete gets the mic in one of these roasts, you can literally walk the fuck away. Nothing good is going to come from that. Like, what's the something green guy?
Draymond Green. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I don't even.
Hey.
The thing is, they were booing this guy like they knew who he was before the thing. I had no.
Do you understand
concept
why
of
they
who
were
this-
booing him?
Yeah, because he's like a dirty player and all this shit. I looked it up after. People
Also,
don't like
it's
him, I guess.
a rivalry too. Like where they were, and he's Bay Area. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
But he fucking shit the bed pretty hard out there. It was a weird mixture of stuff.
Are you a Draymond fan, Terrell?
I don't know who y'all talking about. All right, y'all. So use code
The dude who looked like he
Foreplay
was
to
cosplaying
save
Django Unchained.
10% on OnlyFoundFootageFans.com. Get you some new movies and all that good stuff. All right, you got anything else to plug, Russ, before we could jump
Yeah.
into this OnlyFoundFootageFans movie?
If you're a filmmaker or maybe you filmed a wedding that just fell apart and you're a videographer and you don't know what to do with that footage because they refuse to pay you, well, go ahead and submit it because UF10 is around the corner.
X, I thought. Don't be.
Yeah, I'm
cheesy.
sorry. Well, we'll fix that in the edit. UF X is
won't.
around the corner, and we want to watch your shit. And this is going to be the best year. So, you know, if your movie's a little whack or something, submit it anyway because we need the money desperately.
Well, this
But,
is going to be the
uh,
best. I should have waited to submit Florida Man if it's going to be the best year.
Dude, that's what we were telling you. UF10, we really need the big guns. Also, if you missed it, Uffy hosted our first ever award show. We've done awards, and if you're curious who won them in the past, you can go on the website and dig around on there. But right now, if you go on Instagram, I think on TikTok, wow, or on YouTube, not on YouTube yet, but by the time
We'll
we
get
need
there.
to remedy that, you can watch Uffy's award show, which is a minute and 20 seconds, which I know is a
Oh.
little long for some of you, but you can make it. Also, Uff 24 Hour 26 is coming up October.
I love that sometimes, due to the timing, the shut up feels so much more like mean.
It's because
or
you're on a
funny.
delay.
It was honestly
Y'all know what that
perfect
music
because of the
means.
roast.
It's
It was
time for the
mean.
coffee table, a segment where a sponsor, OnlyFoundFootageFans, creates a complicated game that results in us watching and reviewing an in-world camera movie. Last week, we watched Curse of Griffith Park, which Terrell had found. Terrell, again, he's the navigator of Tubi. He discovered this movie because it featured two of our most infamous protagonists, Victor and Jasmine. Jasmine? Oh, God. Jasmine. Okay.
Isn't that what he calls her?
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Victor and Jasmine. Again, y'all know if you've been listening to me talk too much about film for years, I can confabulate names when I read them on the spot like this.
There's like 8 extra letters in that.
I know. They both got very creative with their names. I wish they had brought some of that creativity to their film project.
Yeah, they need
But
to. This was worse than the last one.
So Terrell, I've been thinking a lot about this because we watched it, right? And it's the same shit. And again, I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I'm sure people like this, but one, why is it on Tubi? It feels like it should be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And two, I don't know if we should be spending our time talking about it. And I say that because even on IMDb, there is one descriptor here, documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And again, despite what their poster may be selling you, because Griffith Park is a real park in LA.
Yeah, I actually
And-
Googled this, and there actually is like a thing that might be cursed or something. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was ghosts and shit at that real park.
Right. So
But that was more interesting what I read on Google than what I
Yep.
watched on this show. And that's what I'll take from it. I gave this movie half a star. I went to go unfollow them on Instagram. I just could not do it. I just hate the way these people talk. Like, I hate the way they I'm sure you have clips, but like the whole get down and all that. Like,
I
it was
heard
just
that
top
shit.
10 on this. It was just like everything. Oh, did you see that? Like, what do you
Dude,
see?
it's even
there's
worse.
ghosts out here. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I
It's
was like,
even
oh, I
worse that
hate
it
this.
has that it is labeled as a documentary and they credit themselves as self because that's clearly shitty
It's a
acting.
documentary.
It's not.
It's
I don't.
horrible acting.
Well, hold
No,
on.
they're actors. I looked him up. He. Never mind. No, it's just I
No, I get
unfollowed.
it. Like, but here's the thing. Like, again, I do like the discourse that we have on movies, whether we like them or not. At the end of the day, we are talking about indie creators in the world that we kind of live in, which is in-world camera. So that's my whole dilemma here: is that this is just a ghost hunt, and there is
Yeah.
no like attempt at like fictionalizing it or like
But that was
storytelling.
even boring. Like she's at a computer looking at the clips.
Oh,
and it
dude, and
jumps
it's
to
so
them
bad.
looking
She's
at the
like,
part, and it
oh.
jumps back, and he has a phone. Like, oh,
It
did
was-
you hear that? You heard
Yeah.
that? What did it say? And all this, I'm like, oh my god, I just could not. I could not. I was like, oh. I
Full
hated
disclosure,
it.
too.
And guess what? This is an hour and 22 minutes. Too long, girl. I thought this would be like
Jesus.
45 minutes. This shit was so long. And by the end of it, it's just they're in
I
the
heard
car
that shit.
with his big old stomach. Oh, thanks guys for watching. This is so I can't believe I
Get down,
sat
get down.
through this.
It's so
Well,
Terrell.
I'm
full disclosure, I did not.
shocked.
I fell asleep about 35 minutes in
It
and
was
never
so
looked back.
boring. And it annoyed me. Oh.
And I feel like I did myself a huge favor here because I can't imagine this it's any better than
watch
this
the video. I'm
fucking
surprised
woman.
he made it that far.
I
She's
know.
sitting at the computer. I knew when it opened with her sitting at the computer going like, guys, we're gonna look, and she's doing this fucking.
So hold
it's-
on.
And also, how she looked better with no fucking makeup on
Yeah,
sitting
she
at the
did.
computer
Clock
than
that
she does
teen.
with all her
She
shit on.
did.
Like, babe, stop putting that stuff on. You
I
look
heard
fine.
that shit.
So here's my thoughts on this are that when we open up, I laughed out loud because Terrell's right. This movie, I could have mined this movie for 100 fucking clips. There's at
Mhm.
one point
You could have.
where-
So many.
dude, Victor is looking for a flashlight. He goes, "Oh, I sat on the flashlight."
Oh,
and
he
it's
said
like
it's in my ass. He's like,
Yeah.
that didn't feel good. Remember
it don't
that?
feel good.
He
Dude,
said
I
it
was
don't feel
like,
good. He's trying to be like, oh, I don't know. I didn't
I
like
call
it.
bullshit on that.
I think, yeah, I did too. So I went to go unfollow, trying to make the little gay jokes.
Get down,
thinking
get
it'd
down.
be funny. He know he got a little something in that ass. He probably wanted his ass pegged.
I heard
He was
that
like,
shit.
oh, put that shit in. Girl, no.
so here's the thing, right? Like this is a gold mine.
can't.
But I do think, like, here
Mm-mm.
again to come behind the curtains. Part of the soundboard is just to like drum up these movies, like Damien. That movie would not be in my head ever if it wasn't for.
Where the fuck am I?
I literally say that when I'm gaming and stuff now. I say that all the time, dude. Like, it's become a part of my vernacular because of the soundboard.
The Orange Man movie?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be raiding in Tarkov and something will happen, and I'll be like, where the fuck am I? And nobody even has context for it,
No,
but it
nobody-
works because it's great.
They never will.
So here's the thing, too. Like for people
Except
listening,
Benny,
like
shout out.
we do talk very candidly about shit, and I know it seems counterintuitive when we basically have a business in this world, but we have to. That's why we fucking roasted the fucking Fangoria Awards, right? It's like it's got to be fun. We have to have fun with this and be honest. And the thing is, I don't know if we should be spending our time talking about this because it should be occupied by an indie in-world camera movie, which is why I put Milk and Cereal up here because we're going to talk about their new movie later. And I'm like, let me just put something that I can feel good, like platforming.
I mean, they did insert fake shit into this, like
they
all those
didn't though.
voices.
So no, the voice box shit, that's like regular paranormal hunting thing. And if you told them that was fake, they would get mad. I guarantee it. If they believed it. Now, if they're doing the Ghost Adventures shit, then maybe they're, winking at the camera and hamming it up.
Here's my Google glasses that will help me.
It's
see
a
the-
fire. So here's the other thing. The problem with this movie, Murder, Death, Koreatown, when it got submitted to us by somebody under the Anon moniker, the reason that it's now unavailable everywhere and that he was using the anonymous name is because the plot of the movie was based on a real murder, right? So when this movie opened up and the first thing we hear Jasmine talking about is like, there's a lady found hung on a tree and lit on fire. When she said lit on fire, I laughed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what are you doing? What is
Well,
this
it's
ghost
part
story?
of it's her delivery. You could say that
Exactly.
with the right delivery and it'd be fine. But the way this woman is saying these things, it's clearly she's like reading a fucking Microsoft Word page in front of her. Like it's not.
But it's also like we're talking about a park in LA, and it's like she's referencing like a lynching that she's gonna jump off a fucking like found. It's like, what are we doing? And then
Like
it
Cheryl
gets
Underwood's
worse.
husband.
It's real. Like, it's like, then they cut to, I'm like, wow, they did a good job with this news footage. And it's like, oh no, it's just fucking real.
Yeah.
So they intercut a bunch of true crime shit. Right?
Yeah. I think we all looked up Griffith Park. Like,
and that was so much more fun for me. Honestly, I wish I could just do that and present y'all with that, because the movie was just not it for me.
So it not even fictional.
It's weird that they put it on Tubi. I feel like that, like you said, should have been on YouTube. Like them,
YouTube.
A little, like, you know, there's a lot of people that do really well on there, looking for ghosts for fake shit.
Dude.
Like that.
Yeah, but they're trying to monetize.
Well,
I'm sure they have
look at their poster. Look at their damn poster.
All
they're trying to misrepresent.
Yeah, all of them are like that.
It's a
It's
spooky
misleading.
face, and
that's
it's
what I
like
think
nothing
it's
to do with the
clickbait.
movie.
Yep, it always upsets me. I don't like them.
These two, the poster and documentary, these two things do not connect. They're selling a fictional movie, but then they're like, oh no, but this is real. And I just, you know, I want to almost like
even
abstain
Florida
from
Man,
this.
which is like pretty much mostly real, has more than just documentary on it on IMDb. And you know what I mean? Like it's.
But
I
hold
gave
on.
this half a star.
Half a
and
star.
I think this movie is for.
Well, hold on, Terrell. Look at these reviews. I just want, like, we're not alone. I have to write a 300-word review of this stink burger of a movie.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, there's nothing to talk about. No scares, just a bunch of garbled. We don't need more from that. And then the other one is just titled "What the Fuck," and I actually angry that I watched this streaming pile of maneuver. Two of the most obnoxious actors.
Thank you.
Yep, I've ever
experienced. A wild word to call a movie.
Yep. Obnoxious.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where the fuck am I?
And it's mostly the guy, I think. He's just really, his voice is so annoying.
Well,
I mean, she doesn't
like,
help, but
too.
like,
She's like,
it's
"Bruh,
less
bro."
grating than him.
Yeah, like doesn't sound like a human being.
Yeah.
Okay, so Terrell, I just wanted to show you that somebody co-signed you that they're calling them fucking actors. Like,
yeah, cool, because it's not real. If they were talking for real, it would hit way better.
Yeah, I think they would sound more realistic, because I think they're sounding like that.
They
on
have the
purpose,
inflection
too.
of that YouTube guy that we make fun of, Russ, where he's like,
oh yeah,
the dog came in the room and there was a fucking loud noise, and it's like they put the inflection on the end of the word. It's fucked up. I hate it.
Okay, now again, Terrell, give it a half star. I do want to say that there is a fantastic location in there where they're crawling in these little graffiti tunnels. And you missed out on that, Evan, but the end of the movie is in the daytime, and they almost do like a walk around. It's like the worst non-ending ending ever.
Yeah. And then they're in the car.
I think, man, you know, the problem is there's a lot of fucking... I'm going to have to... I think I'm with Terrell. I think this might be the first half-star rating I'm ever going to give something.
I will never watch this again. This is... I'm so sorry. I don't even know who the fuck this is for. Who would
I don't rate stuff I didn't finish usually, but I'm gonna give this 1 star in Letterboxd for general principle.
Okay, and you know, here's the thing. I do want to say that I would like to talk to these people because I want to know what the fuck they're thinking. I know Terrell.
I did, but I don't.
But in the context that this was delivered to us, I do think this was for everybody, and I think this was a clear punishment. And I just want to say, if you're gonna punish us with shit, at least do it in a way that we can talk about a film that nobody's talking about. There's so many found footage movies, in-world camera movies that even if we were kind of roasting it, it would still, we're talking about it.
It'll be more
I feel
fun.
bad helping us.
I can't do anything with this at all.
Yeah, so half star.
It's probably for everyone.
That shit.
He probably saw that we, because we watched their last one. He probably said, "Let me throw this in the mix so they can see the next one." I don't even think he watched it.
No, and he didn't watch the first one either.
Yeah, so I think he just threw that at us because we've seen it and it's new. So it probably is for everyone. I don't know how we could pinpoint because I don't think he watched it. So I give this to everyone, and it's half a star.
Yeah.
What about you?
I will say my favorite thing that came out of this review when I was watching this was you just made me want to do a double feature of Murder, Death, Koreatown, and Florida Man. Because that's, now that you pointed it out, that's maybe the closest movie to what I did in terms of how it was made. Like, it's real. It's primarily real, but it's like edited like a found footage movie. It's kind of the same thing, but just, I mean, different tonally and objectively.
So we're bringing this back
what we're
to
trying
Florida,
to do.
man.
It just made me think of something I hadn't thought about.
So who do you think this is for? I want to hear the email.
I think it was a punishment for me. 1 star. Yeah.
Plug your computer in.
Once I know, I probably will. It's got the
Plug it in while this
All right,
drum
so
roll's
one-
happening.
Wait, Evan, you
No.
gave it a 1 star?
He
One
gave
star.
it more than
Get
we
down, get
did.
down.
He didn't even finish it.
And
Count
who
it
did you
down.
think it was for?
Me,
Who do you think
punishment.
it was for?
Because I've been
Okay.
fucking around not watching shit, and he's over it.
You haven't watched any of them
Yeah,
yet.
Mm.
fair.
For weeks.
All right, let me stop sharing this.
So, Curse of Griffith Park was 4.
Good shit, drum.
Evan.
Oh,
you
yep.
got it right.
Yep.
I knew when she did the nod when I said I haven't been watching shit. I was like, yeah, I got that.
Period.
For continuing not to watch segment choices, which deserves a more personal punishment.
So let me just point out that you punish somebody for not watching the movies by giving them a bad movie to watch.
Yeah,
you're
it's
really
weird.
just punishing
I
me and
didn't-
Terrell.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Just wanted to point that out,
Well, I'm
even
not-
though
I'm
you
not
You
kind
know,
of
the
conversing-
fucked up part about it
I'm not
is I
conversing
did
with
watch
this anymore,
more of
man.
this than I watched of the one last week, which I actually liked what I saw of.
I heard that
So I
shit.
did kind of get punished, even though I still fell asleep.
Oh my god. All right.
I was mad
hope-
the whole time I was watching this for what it was worth. So,
Until you fell asleep.
where the fuck am I?
Bummer, man.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, read the email.
We hope you enjoyed your tour of Griffith Park and that Evan watched the whole thing.
I didn't.
Fuck off.
He did
If
not.
not-
Where the fuck am I?
If not, we'll be planning a punishment for him when he least expects it.
Oh shit, I'm fucked. Cool.
Yeah,
In the meantime,
Bummer, man.
The drone's
We'll
gonna
be
shoot me
kind.
through the window of my shed.
we'll be kind because we have no time for bullshit this week, and we offer you a buffet.
Infinity?
Buffet Infinity, that is.
Hey. I've
So
been
you'll
wanting to
be
see
I
this.
don't get it.
You'll
I
be
don't get it
watching
either.
Buffet of Infinity, which is a new found footage movie available on Amazon VOD, which we will provide.
It's all like
Enjoy
your
commercials
meal.
and shit. I've read about this. It's all like commercials
What
and
is it
stuff
called?
stitched together to
It's
make some
called
sort of
So
meta
Bored.
narrative.
Buffet
seems tight.
Infinity?
Yeah.
It seems really tight.
So why is he pleasing you again when you don't even watch this
Ooh.
shit?
Okay, Buffet Infinity, echoing the Canadian comedy classic SCTV, cross-cutting between original low-budget TV ads to tell their sinister tale of two restaurants battling it out in the fictional town of Westridge County. It does feel like he's punishing Terrell here.
Yeah,
I do
it's
have
a-
to say.
No, but listen, I
That's
do
crazy.
know
I'm not
from
gonna
what
like
I've
this.
Well, no, hang on. To help you maybe get into it a little, I do know from everything I've read about it that it does take a horror turn. It's not fully like restaurants battle. There's some sort of horror angle here that they're not selling in the
Oh,
description.
God.
It's like
And it's an hour and 40 minutes. That's so
this
long.
seems tight. I think you're gonna like it.
Comedy,
It
horror.
feels like something
it-
we'll all like. I think he is
I don't know.
rewarding us all.
It feels a little documentary, Canada,
Nope.
comedy, horror. It feels very Evan. But again, I did see I read an article about this movie and it does sound pretty cool.
It's
So I
gonna
do
be
think
tight.
there is
I'm
hope
excited.
that Terrell will like this.
Yeah.
Although it does feel very much like a
I do think we'll like it
Punishment
more
for Terrell.
probably, but I think Terrell will like this because there is a horror
Yeah.
angle that's hidden here that they're not selling. So
well, fucking the dark web better hope Terrell likes it. Otherwise,
I don't care.
I'm excited. Feels
I'm
like
not
an Adult
entangling
Swim.
into that anymore.
You like Adult
as you've-
Swim
as
stuff,
you've
Terrell?
noticed.
We talked to
So
Casper
let's
Kelly.
continue. Yeah, I'm the one that booked
It's
that.
it's
That was
that
great.
kind exactly. It's that kind of vibe. I think Adult
Mm.
Swim, fucked up, weird
All
comedy
right, so we're
stuff.
moving on
So,
from this. So, Evan, what did you bring for us this week, girl? What'd you watch?
this week. I watched one that actually has already been talked about on the show, but I want to give an extra opinion on because I think it might be the best video game adaptation I've ever seen. And that is Exit 8, which Russell talked about 2 weeks ago, something like that, a week or two
I think,
ago,
yeah.
recently. And dude, I went into this the opposite of a lot of people. I have not watched a Let's Play of the game. I've never played the game. I knew nothing about it going into it other than it's a loop. It's a PT kind of thing where this guy's walking in a circle and things are different every time. I knew there was some sort of horror adjacent angle to it, but I didn't know exactly how far. I didn't know much about it at all other than I wanted to see it. So I watched it with my buddy Nick, shout out, who Terrell calls NBA.
Yay.
We watched it, neither of us having played the game or know it. We were at the same knowledge level about this going in. And it starts with this POV shot, and I was like, oh, is it going to stay POV the whole time? Because I know the game is a first-person thing, and we quickly, 10 minutes in or less, we go out of it. And, dude, I think just to start, the way this is structured in terms of how it cuts between different characters going through this, I'll call it a maze, even though it's the same path over and over, is incredible. I think it's brilliant the way you'll see a character walk up, the camera will be showing both people, and then you're following a different one when you leave that scene. You go into a scene following one character and leave the scene following another one. And it's seamless, and it kept me on the edge of my seat. The way that things twist every time it's just like playing the game. You're waiting for something different. You're trying to look for what's different, just like he is. It puts you in a very parallel position to the character in terms of what you're seeing. Although I will say you do see things sometimes, which works well for a film adaptation of it. You see things sometimes that the character doesn't, and it builds really good tension. But it basically, I won't go through the story again. Russell already went through it, but it's this guy walking through this subway loop, and I think that the allegorical aspect of it is what really sent it over the edge for me. It was a great story either way. It's fascinating and keeps you engaged, but I think the way that they structured the allegory of like finding out that your significant other is pregnant, and especially when you're in a mindset of you're not really sure if that's the thing that needs to happen right now, because that's the way I read it, is like he's kind of like, oh fuck, I don't know if this is the best thing right now. I'm scared, which is, I think even if you are ready to be a parent or you want to be a parent, it's always scared. You're always scared because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You think when you're a kid that like parents and stuff know shit, and it's like you realize when you become a parent that fucking nothing. It's like you're just
This
winging
movie
it.
has kids.
You're doing the
I
best
thought it
you
was just a
can.
man in a hallway.
No, there's a kid.
Where
There's a
kids
kid in
coming
it,
from?
and the
Russell, you
story
didn't mention no
feels like
child.
what he did in the story feels
It's a
like
movie about fatherhood.
It is.
Oh,
It
I
feels
thought
like
it
an
was just
allegory for
one man.
becoming a parent, for parenthood, for like navigating this maze of what are you going to do? How are you going to make these decisions? Are you going to notice the things you should notice when you're raising this child? And it does such a good job through this maze of like paralleling those things with this challenge that he's going through.
Well, I also think it's more than just the parenting. I think that whole loop is kind of life.
It is.
Like
it is
you're
totally
doing
a
this,
life.
like whether it's
you
work or
you're
challenge.
going
it's
through
like,
this thing every day
yeah.
that's in most ways the same, but you're trying to find the things that are different. It is totally
You're
such
making
a
choices every time.
Yeah,
based on like information that
it's
so
brilliant in its simplicity.
I want to stop you there because you said you think it might be the best video game movie. Do you mean like traditionally or like as a video game genre film?
So to add to that, I will say as soon as the movie was over, we went and looked the game up on Steam. I saw it was $4. I bought it right then, no hesitation. I was like, $4, fuck it. I want to play this. I want to see. I started it. I was still sharing my screen from watching the movie with Nick. We played through the entire game together. Like he sat there and helped me pick out the things that were different each time. We played through the whole game and found all the anomalies, which it was fascinating to see how they literally took things exactly from the game and put them into the movie. And not only did they adapt it perfectly, like it's the same thing happening, it has this whole level of kind of allegory and themes that the game doesn't have. The game doesn't give you that, hey, your wife's pregnant thing at the beginning. It doesn't give you any themes, or it's just, hey, it literally, there's no cutscenes at all. You start standing in the subway and you're like, what the fuck is going on? If I didn't watch the movie, it was weird watching the movie first and then playing the game because I almost had a cheat code. I knew what to do.
It almost taught you how to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's what's funny. Last night, again, so we went to a concert that, is the chiptune scene is so ingrained in video games that, we're talking about Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter coming out this year, talking about Resident Evil, Silent Hill. And then I brought up Exit 8 because I really was telling people, I think this is the best version of a video game movie because it nails the video game perfectly
and adds also its own thing.
Yeah, it gives like you could re-engage with the game now and bring the like kind of the philosophy that they explored to it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it enhanced the game while also making a great cinematic journey through it, where I do think video game movies should try and get in the head of players and recreate this stuff. but in a way where you're literally in the game.
It does. It does do
it's
that.
fantastic.
And I will say the game too, for people who maybe are in the same boat as me, where you've seen the movie or you've heard about the movie, but you haven't played the game. The game does add. They did a DLC that's free for anybody who owns it that adds a bunch of anomalies that are events from the movie that were not in the game before. So they did add some new events into the movie that they then retroactively added into the game for you to. So without spoiling anything, the water scene, I'll say that is now in the game and was not in the game before.
Good on them. Smart.
And so it's very cool to see that, like it's sort of a weird back and forth. Like you usually see it the other way around with a video game movie adaptation, where it's strictly the movie is taking the game's things. Rarely do you see the game then take the movie's things and put them into the game. So it's a cool back and forth. And I loved it.
Games, dude.
And I found out there's a sequel to the game that's set entirely in a subway where there is. I wonder if they pulled some of the story stuff. I haven't played that second game yet, but I really want to. I wonder if they pulled some of that fatherhood story stuff from the subway game, because the
subway game does have a little bit more narration. I believe, because I did also watch a
Let's Play. Okay, yeah. I want to play that, and I'm curious if they do a movie and add more to it. I don't know. I don't know. Part of me thinks it's better to not do it because this is so good. Where you can't top it, you can't add more than that. So But as a person who loves video game adaptations, like I love Uwe bullshit, and a lot of people hate those.
We know.
And it's
we know.
It's like this. I think is truly maybe my favorite and the best. Even if there's others I would rewatch more, this is, I think, objectively the best video game adaptation. Like it does the thing that the game does and adds more to it, which is like most video game movies either do one or the other. They do the thing the game does, or they add something to the game entirely without doing what the game does. And this one does.
All right, what'd you rate it?
5 stars.
Hell yeah.
It's on VOD. You can rent it. It's worth every $1. Watch this fucking movie and go pay the $4 and play the game too, because I think it really, even though I would have given the movie 5 anyway, I'd give it a 6 now. Like I made me like it even more playing the game after, and seeing.
Also, Evan, it's worth another like rewatch too, because it's like a traditional like film, like when you learn about Hitchcock and the music's fitting in with the theme. Like I saw it with David Robson, and he pointed out that in the subway when he's listening to that music, that song is famous for repeating but like also building. Like the song itself is all about loops leading to a crescendo and telling a story through repetition.
Yeah.
So this movie's like completely thought through.
Oh, another fun thing before I leave it is during the game, when you're walking around you'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. There's a left turn he takes where there's some lockers and a photo booth.
Yeah.
That's not in the game. That hallway is empty in the game. They added that. So it's cool to see some of the things they added in terms of how it fed into the themes of what happens with those lockers and that photo booth. And it's very, very well done. Just a brilliant fucking adaptation. 5 stars. You should watch this. Yeah.
Good little communication there too. Where like the movie learns from the game and then the game learns from the movie.
Exactly. Yeah. No, really good. I liked it a lot. And that's
all right. Terrell,
that was
wake
my
up.
week. That's the only thing I watched. So
I'm here. I'm just listening. I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it.
Terrell, it is subtitled, but I think you would get into it.
Reading. Yeah.
It's really not though.
There's not a lot of dialogue in the movie.
Yeah, so the game, the movie actually has like a lot of audience participation because you're looking too.
Yeah.
So sometimes the character may not.
You're looking
shit,
for
you're
what's
like
different.
Motherfucker. Yeah. So it's engaging. It's fun.
Nice, awesome. So, Russell, what'd you watch?
Well, thank you for asking.
I want to hear about this Ironmation.
Oh, you look at you acting. What are you in Griffith Park right now? Not even a theory. Thank you. So where are you going?
Let me get coffee.
I thought she was going to talk about it too. Didn't say her birthday movie?
I know it's her birthday. See, this is what
That's
happens.
so
She just
weird.
abandons me. So
Plus, I heard the door slam.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry,
dude. Home invasion during footage. Is this a found footage
Evan, if
movie?
you want to pull it up, I watched on Oksana's birthday. We snuck out and saw Iron Maiden's Burning Ambition. Oh, you couldn't have held that yawn till after the fucking title. Oh my god,
unreal.
Lord.
Y'all see what I have to do on this damn show?
I'm tired.
I got this man over here talking about his movie all day, every day, and I got him yawning through my reviews.
Yeah, I'm just.
So
I gotta say, dude, before you start, as an artist, I don't know a bunch of Iron Maiden's music. I know some of it. I know a lot of the older stuff, like Run to the Hills, some of the popular ones. But their fucking art is amazing. I love the fucking art for all these albums.
Here, let's get into it. So Derek Riggs is a huge part of it. And just
Who's Derek Riggs?
He's the artist that did all the Eddie iterations and covers. Well, don't worry. I'm going to tell you. So Eddie is the mascot. He's over there in the top left. He's also the one that was in Dead by Daylight. So you do know him, Terrell. Yeah. So Eddie is... He's
I like Killers the best, I think. I love the Killers cover.
Yeah,
is this the song Dead of the Night that I like?
Fear of the Dark?
Yeah, no, I like that song.
Fear of the Dark is good.
So is
that Iron Maiden?
Yes, it's right there.
Good. Well, I like
Scroll
them.
down. Go two down, Evan.
Is that in the movie, though?
Right there. So
is that in the movie?
We'll get there.
Oh, so the live version was good. Shout out to Mikey. Tell me about the live edition.
The live one is historic. They played to fucking 200,000 people in Rio. The army was out there that day. So anyway, Iron Maiden, they created a music genre known as the British New Wave of heavy metal. They're
Britain tea and crumpets?
Yep, they're a bottle of water.
I didn't know that.
So they came from England.
Bloody hell.
England was punk was blowing up.
I didn't know they were UK.
And Iron Maiden said, we're not going to do that. We're going to have guitar solos. So then that's a bit of a distinction. I'm gonna hand wave this because most people know about Iron Maiden. But I will say that my experience with them, I'm a second generation fan. I'm not actually that old. So my dad, I think, got tired of me playing Grand Theft Auto and listening to Eminem. There was a version of me that did this. I sat on a couch. It was an old couch that was propped up against a SUV that was under a tarp and did not belong to our family. It was actually our landlord's, which is totally illegal. But desperate for my own space in a small house, I lived in the garage. So it was very shed adjacent. And I would listen to Eminem on a stereo and play Grand Theft Auto.
In a trailer, very adjacent to shed. I get it.
Okay, there we go. So it wasn't it was a sedan. So it was like a dusty whatever. And I would sit there and I would play Eminem while playing Grand Theft Auto. I think my dad got sick of it at some point, who's a huge Aussie fan, heavy metal guy. And, me being a teenage boy, I was like, well, I'm never going to do anything that he likes because clearly that's the worst choice you could make. And one day he came down and he left 5 CDs on my 5-disc CD changer because that used to be a cool thing back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember our Ford Excursion as a kid had a CD changer, and dude, it was fucking...
Oh, yeah, you feel like royalty.
Shit, right?
So the 5 albums were the first 5 albums of Iron Maiden. And just like Evan did and Terrell, you can immediately, the art is just so gripping. And I was a horror fan, but so they sat there, and I would look at them. And one day I went, you know what? Fuck it. And I started listening to it. And it actually ended my music career. Because I grew up in a time where nu metal was what I listened to, and I had my guitars tuned to drop D. I even tried to go A flat because for some reason, the era I grew up in with Deftones, Stain, Korn, everything was down tuned, 7-string guitars. It was stupid. I should have learned how to play Thank you. I should have learned how to play a 5-string in standard tuning. And I listened to Iron Maiden and I said, you know what? I'm going to start covering these songs. And I kind of went back and I realized all these bad habits I had formed. At the time, I was playing in a band called Mage. Very fucking tight, dude. We were a fucking Rage Against the Machine ripoff. So it was rap
Hell yeah,
rock.
but less politics because you do just the aesthetic.
Because I didn't know anything. Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of was like, fuck, everything I'm into sucks. And Iron Maiden is king. And I started trying to learn Hallowed Be Thy Name. And I just remember having such a disconnect with everybody I played music with. And I had a Trooper shirt and everybody was like, what the fuck? Anyway, so this is where my experience with Iron Maiden came. And I love them to this day. I've seen them multiple times. Yeah, dude, they're the best.
Has Oksana seen them? Does she know about Fear of My Dark?
Fear of the Dark? Yes, she knows.
That's the best song
Fear of My Dark.
I think we saw them twice together.
Yeah.
One of the times with Russell's dad.
Shout out to my buddy. My buddy Dakota in high school was way into two bands primarily, and it was Rush and Iron Maiden. And of the two, I got into Rush more when we would talk about music. So we went to the Rush concert together that we went to, but he always loved Iron Maiden equally as much. So that was kind of my
look at
only
that
exposure
crowd.
until
They got
becoming
hella
friends
people.
with Russell and having him be like an Iron Maiden head. You know,
Dude, fantastic.
They
yeah,
have so many people in their crowd.
What's the
So-
Margaret
They're global.
Thatcher? Is that the politician that they fucking hate? That they did a lot of, because Iron Maiden's a bit
So,
political in some ways too.
Here, no, Iron
they're
Maiden.
not.
Iron Maiden actually, like Bruce talks a little bit about in the documentary, they stay
don't
out
know.
of it. And it's, you know, they make music, and it's funny. So here, let me go back.
Sorry, I might have
metal
derailed
bands-
you with the Margaret Thatcher thing.
It's fine. I'll get there. But again, I want to keep this kind of brief.
Oh my god, Iron
So-
Maiden is old. They're active from 1975. I'm doing my research. That's a long time. Are they
I've
really
heard way
old
more of the
people?
early stuff than the later stuff.
How old are they? They in the 80s?
They're not that old. You can do the quick numbers on there. They're getting
Oh,
there,
they're in the
though.
70s. Here we go. Look up
Yeah.
Mr. Steve Harris. He's
Mhm.
Do they still
70 years
tour?
old.
The king right there.
Does
Steve
Iron
Harris.
Maiden
What
So,
still
about
tour?
Dave Murray?
they do still tour. In September, they'll be in LA, which I'm still seeing.
Are
if
you
we're gonna
going?
go.
Okay.
I might.
Oh,
It is a little.
good.
It's a little bit of a betrayal because they normally
it's
come up
not.
here. They go to Shoreline, which is crap because their stage isn't big enough for the production Iron Maiden brings. But they
Dude.
do go up north a little bit, which is the better option if you're in the Bay Area.
You got to
Never
go.
saw them.
As
Yep.
somebody who saw Rush and then now Neil Peart's dead and I can never see Rush again, you should
I
go.
know. And here's the
Yeah,
other
this might
thing.
be their last show. They're all 69 years old or 70.
So
kinda
their
old.
drummer. So the counter to this argument that you
Okay,
guys are
he's
bringing up, which
not
is good,
listening.
is
Nico.
Terrell. Unlike you, I am completely listening and I'm responding. So the Rolling Stones are still fucking touring.
They are. But
And
Mick
they
Jagger's
must
a
be
vampire, so
undead
that's a little
Well, I mean,
different.
like, are they old too?
They're
I know who
the
they are.
older,
oldest.
and they look it.
They are
Oh.
ancient.
So,
So
you going to LA to see Iron Maiden?
We'll see.
When are they coming out here?
again in
Are
September.
you going to run to the hills?
Oh,
Ayo, see what I did there? Because
ew.
Beverly Hills.
Is that a
LA.
song?
Run to the Hills is an
Yeah.
Iron Maiden song, yeah.
Go ahead. When y'all are done talking, I'll talk about the
Yeah,
When
movie.
you guys get done applauding and laughing from my joke.
Here, I know, dude. I was on the inside. So
Is this movie
again,
about like their concert show, their last concert?
Well, we haven't
I
let
don't
him
think
talk
you
about
haven't
it, to
started
be
talking
fair.
about the
So,
movie yet. So I'm just wondering if it's a concert or what is it about? I might
So-
want to watch it because it's if they have Fear of the Dark in there.
okay. So the documentary again, just for a little groundwork. Actually, to backtrack on all the things I started answering, the Rolling Stones are ancient. They still tour. Bruce Dickinson has been very vocal. He's the vocalist
that'd be
about
Bruce
they're not
Dickinson
going to
soon.
play music live until they turn to dust on stage, and they will end it when they think it's
Buffy should
correct.
come up there and slay him, girl.
So, this
Yes.
documentary came out because it is 50 years now that they've
Holy
been playing.
shit.
50 years.
Yeah. So it is
1975.
it is a milestone, and it's, to me, I am a little bit worried that they may just call it. Also, they're troopers. You learn that in this documentary of how rigorous their fucking schedule was. They would do 6 shows in 6 different countries in 6 days in a row. And then the 7th, they would have a day off. And then they'd go back on, 5 on, 2 off, then 6 on again. And it's just, they did this for years.
Oh wow.
So
I
I
feel
wouldn't
like
be shocked if
they
they
probably
quit.
don't drink and smoke.
So-
it's when you get to that level,
They
though, you
sober
almost
Sally's.
almost better if you stop at some point, because for one thing, Tarantino's right. I feel like your art gets
Tarantino,
worse
where did
as
that
if
come
you're
from?
trying to be commercial as you're old. But two, I think you just, as an artist, like, you kind of get to a point, especially when you've made it, like they've made it, you don't give a fuck about that anymore. You just want to experiment and do fun shit.
Yeah, they sober Sally.
It's like a
Let them
good
have their
thing to
time.
stop ultimately, but
So it's funny. You both mentioned things that are actually, they're covered in the documentary. And
Mhm.
so metal bands that are this prolific, they put out a lot of documentaries all the time. So I am not, since Flight 666, which is mostly about
watch
Bruce
the Guar
Dickinson
doc?
getting his commercial airplane license because he flies their tour plane.
Mm.
I
you
haven't
would
really
find a way to tie it
engaged
to
with
Nathan
them.
Fielder.
Wow.
Yeah, right. I didn't, but it's right there.
Oh, that
So-
airplane show that he
Yeah,
liked. I got
exactly.
sick of hearing about. Yes, on HBO Max. Go take a watch.
The Rehearsal,
Oh,
season 2,
there we go.
fantastic. A show that made me as emotional as this documentary did
Oh,
But
you got
so-
emotional?
So a lot of metal documentaries
Oh.
or band documentaries, it's talking heads. It's very VH1. You
Oh, I
walk
love
out a lot of people.
those. Behind the
And
music.
it's like, Iron Maiden's really cool. And back in the day, I saw them, and you know that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
It's bullshit.
and then you
most
have the
of these.
band talking, and then you call it
Oh,
a day.
Shade.
This one had a very different approach where none of the band is like on screen doing a talking head thing. They are talking, but it's pulled from archival audio, and
Hell yeah.
what we look at is all archival footage. So
That's
there's
tight.
a lot of like them on the tour bus. There's a lot of them walking around. There's a lot of them doing autograph signings. And the only talking heads are just fans. And they range from, you know, the typical musicians that you would know, like Gene Simmons is in there talking about them. But they also have like regular people, and they're from all over the planet. And
Oh,
you know,
that's
there's
tight.
people from their fan club. There's people from like Rio. And they kind of are just
De
giving what
Janeiro.
it's like
What
to
is
be
it
on the
about
other
Rio?
side.
Why is that such a destination city for rock? Rush has a
Because
live
Rock
in
in Rio is a gigantic festival. And that's the one
okay.
that Terrell was talking about. So our buddy
Because I have that
Mikey,
Rush
who-
DVD, and I think Iron Maiden has a DVD too of Rio.
because they play
Oh, yeah,
through-
Rihanna does too. I got her DVD. Rock in
Right?
Rio.
It's Rio,
Evan,
dude.
Evan, Google how many people did Iron Maiden play from in front of in Rio. So again, this documentary is just centered in a more like you're with the band, and this is kind of a look back on their whole
Holy
career.
shit! Over 300,000 people.
Over 300. So
Damn.
actually, I had a low number when
That's
I said 200.
nuts, dude. What the fuck?
It's insane.
Why is there so many people? Do they all like Fear of the
Brazil
Night too?
is wild, dude. The culture.
Fear
Do they
of the Dark.
is some of their
You'll get it right
songs
one time.
just as good as that
Well,
one?
they just. I feel like they appreciate art in other countries in a way we don't necessarily in the States.
Again, Iron Maiden is a pioneer of what has become like traditional heavy metal, which is it's very popular. Not in this moment, but in other countries,
No,
it's
not,
still
we're
they're a
just
chart
learning.
topper.
We don't know these people.
Yeah. So, yeah, very popular all over the world. And this documentary goes all the way back to their origins and how they started. And you get a lot of candid conversation. Again, I'm not going to run through their whole career, but in 50 years, they didn't really have any scandals. They did have an original singer who quit because Terrell pointed out to do that kind of rigorous schedule, you have to be pretty fit and not fucking around too much. And their original singer was an alcoholic. He loved cocaine. And
A rock
it's
star, dude.
interesting.
Fucking rock
Pa-
star.
So Paul Di'Anno also didn't have the vocal range of Bruce Dickinson, who's their current singer, and he stepped away. And I think he was just like, I think I should leave. And I'm sure there was a little pressure from the band. But what I loved about this documentary is it did not shy away from those details. Like we actually spend a lot of time on what it was like creating this new genre coming up and like them blowing up and then being like, oh, our lead
So we get to
singer's
see
leaving.
that. Oh,
Is
what?
Run
He
to the
left
Hills-
group?
So he left. And
By the time they
so-
did Run to the Hills, is that
Oh,
Bruce?
this is
Or is that the
crazy.
other guy?
Yeah. So
He
this
pulled
is
a
only,
Beyonce or something?
so the first two,
Sorry,
no, he
stop
walked
talking.
away because he's wasted. And the rest of the band, they took this shit very seriously. So that guy you mentioned, Steve Harris, he's the bassist. He's like a captain.
have to grab
Him
my
and the
charger.
manager, they are they're very dialed in, and their main thing is let's put on a good show. And the other thing is like Paul Di'Anno's a little stiff. Again, I'm not going to get into my opinion on this, but they Steve and their band manager went and scouted Bruce Dickinson. He was playing for another band at the time, and they said, let's get that guy. And one of the moments that you get in here that I hadn't heard before was that when Bruce, so the manager brought Bruce into a room and he said, hey man, thank you for taking this meeting. And then he put a giant line of Coke on a table. He said, you want some? And Bruce was like, no. And then the dude, their manager did it.
Hell yeah.
And then was like, so I would like to offer you an addition for Iron Maiden. And Bruce said, we both know I'm going to get that and I'll make it. But he said, I want to ask you, are you guys ready to have me on board? Because the band was already pretty dialed in and focused, but like Bruce is on another level.
Right.
This dude's working out all the time. He's like very professional. Like this, Evan, whenever people are talking about like in comedy, everybody's like, well, how do you make it? It's like, well, you live in your car and you only do comedy. They're the equivalent with
Right.
music.
It's weird
It's
how
like that's-
music's so much more, the music business is so much more open with this, hey, this guy was doing cool shit and we hit him up and said, let's be in this bit. Whereas the movie business almost tries to hide that shit of like, this guy was doing cool shit and we hit him up kind of thing.
Well, I think it's just how long can your band last if you're like getting wasted all the time and partying? and some can do it forever.
Yeah.
I mean, the fucking Motorhead.
Well, some of
Lemmy,
them die or kill themselves
prolific.
too.
Well, he did die.
Yeah.
But, there's rumors about doctors taking his blood and being like, we can't give this to another person, it would kill them. And then you find out it's real because his blood alcohol level. So anyway, I love the approach here. It's not really cinema verite, which is my favorite form, but it is archival.
It kind of can't be,
cinema
though,
verite
right?
shit.
It can't be cinema verite if you want to make what they're making, because the dudes are not. I mean, they're old. It would be talking head shit that we hate if they tried to go.
I mean, a lot of what we're looking at is video from like tour buses and shit and backstage, but it's like,
yeah, but you could do that now, but it wouldn't be the
programs.
same. It wouldn't be the same watching them as old men touring. As it would be a different documentary than if they.
It's funny because you're addressing something that isn't really covered in just the term cinema verite, which is present. Like,
right.
To make this documentary in the moment that's not exactly what cinema verite means, right? So it is, in a way, it is on the ground. People are aware that the camera is around. They're acting different because of it. But it is, it's from the 80s.
Right.
So, they do a lot of touring. They show when they went to, where did they go outside? Czechoslovakia? They went behind the Iron Curtain. No, they went to Poland.
Yeah.
They went to Poland. Which
Iron
was
Curtain, no pun intended.
Iron Curtain? Yeah, and wait, what?
No pun intended, because their band's named Iron fucking Maiden. And you said Iron
okay.
Curtain.
There's so many
didn't
ways you
get
could have
it
went
either.
there. Yeah. So they went back there. There was a lot, and they talked to a lot of fans there who mentioned how much it meant that a band acknowledged this country that was cut off from the rest of the world by their dictator. And so you get a lot of just that. I do want to say that this movie also touched on when Bruce left the band, and they covered, because I'm a second generation Iron Maiden fan. Without getting too in the weeds, they have a couple of albums that have X in the title. Of X coming up, stay tuned. But these X albums kind of became notorious because they didn't have Bruce. And I just
it's almost
remember
like a
thinking,
John Frusciante thing with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, where it's
except it's the
but
singer,
not in
and
the
Bruce
title.
is like, he's the king though. Like, this band is the best at being like British new wave. They're just, nobody can touch them.
Well, the
and if
Red
you
Hot
wanted
Chili
to make an
Peppers
argument,
albums without Frusciante are pretty bad. Dave
but
Navarro
also
on
he's a
that
guitarist,
one. That shit's
so it's
horrible.
just like, it's a different
It
thing.
is,
Like,
yeah.
vocal is like, again, I think the way that we relate to music is by understanding instruments, right? Even with art, like Terrell gets bored with editing talk, like in our interview coming up later this week. Stay tuned, because he doesn't understand editing.
Yeah.
Right. So like, people align with vocalists because everybody can sing. People don't really align with drummers because it's kind of a stretch to like get behind a drum set and actually experience it, where guitars aren't really. There's always a douche at school or at a camp that has a guitar. So you
Yeah.
probably held one. You can kind of appreciate how hard that is.
Yeah.
And when Bruce left, I mean, it was not only does Blaze Bailey, who replaced it, he's just kind of a fish out of water. He sounded more like Paul Di'Anno. He didn't have the range of Bruce again. The music, I don't know. They had like a run of so many albums that people consider perfect. I consider the first 5 perfect albums. But
Is Killers
get
one
up
of
there
the
and you're
first
like-
5? I think that was one of Dakota's. He listened to that
Which
album
one?
a lot. Killers, which I attached to the artwork.
yeah, that's
of.
number 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, you say that and immediately music comes in my head. But so, you get to this album, and me like being brought in by my dad, it's like kind of like, well, skip those. Like, why the fuck would you? I mean, I would buy them at Amoeba, but now because of the documentary and kind of like getting to look at what that guy went through, which was not easy. The fans, which is mostly a loving community, turned on that motherfucker and were just like, what the hell is this? And did you ever see the movie Falling Down, Evan?
Yeah, with Michael Douglas.
Yep.
It's been a long time, but I have seen that.
So they did a song called Man on the Edge. It's with Blaze. It's not a Bruce song. It's such a fucking earworm. And he's more of a baritone singer. That shit is a fucking jam. So if there's one that you want to walk away from being like a non-Bruce song, Man on the Edge, I highly recommend
I have
that.
to listen to that. I don't remember it from the movie.
Yeah, so I've been going back through their albums with Blaze. Oxen, do you like them?
Not as much, no.
Yeah, okay, but that's not a hot take.
No.
I'm just saying, I'm a
Obviously,
contrarian, so I've been kind of digging them.
Well, like I said, I've listened to the early Iron Maiden stuff. So I feel like the stuff I've listened to more of is the pre-Bruce stuff than the.
Which
than
I
the Bruce
originally
stuff.
wasn't a fan of his either, but like,
Yeah.
listening to it more, I'm like, yeah, he's great. I don't know. I can see why like fans would, if they're going to a concert and like Blaze comes
I
out, so I'm
know.
like, I would be pretty like.
But they
Yeah.
they cover a show he did where it was a Latin audience started spitting on them.
That's
What
that's
the
fucked
fuck?
up, Yeah.
Yeah, and they were
that's
saying
wild.
culturally there was a thing where like it meant that you were enjoying the show, and I couldn't tell if they were just trying to be kind, but they had footage of Blaze on the edge of the stage just like yelling at a dude like "fuck you,
Oh, really?
motherfucker, you can't spit." Yeah,
Dude, I love
And then,
that
like,
clip
they-
of Nickelback where like there it's also like I think it's Brazil where it's some sort of Latin country where they're like rocks and cans are being thrown at them and they're like fuck you guys, we'll just cancel this, we're done, like, and they leave and they stop playing.
yeah. It was in Chile that he got
okay.
spit on during a performance of the X Factor, which is that album I'm talking about right now. So again, I really liked it. It made me emotional a couple of
It
times.
was Argentina for Nickelback, which is
Yeah,
close.
fucking Nickelback's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, sure.
Again, I spent too much time on this, so I
Nickelback.
loved
Is that a
it.
country artist?
No.
You know, according
Some
to
of them, I think, are.
according to them, they are a metal band, which is why they bought a Pantera guitar solo and used it. But Terrell, I actually kind of agree with more. I think they're like a pop country band. Don't kill me,
they're
Nickelback.
More of,
country.
I would call them pop rock, but
They
Definitely,
country.
dude.
the best
They're
album
dad
is
rock now.
the there's two. There's the Say It If It's Worth Saving Me, the fucking car one with the rear view that has like animals and photograph on it. And then there's the one with How You Remind Me, the early one, Silver Side Up or some shit. Those are the two good like Nickelback albums.
You're insane for that.
But that was like their big hit, right? This is
I-
how.
Yeah, and
I'm
they're
a
the only ones
contrarian.
worth
I'm-
listening
Yeah.
to.
Well, I mean, you left out Photograph.
No, that's
Dude,
on
fuck
the
yeah.
that's on the Saving
yeah.
Me album. Yeah, that's on the same one.
So
That sound-
again,
is it boring?
no, Terrell you would like it. It's kind of like very poppy, but to them
I
it's
think
metal.
you've heard it, Terrell. I'm
Dude,
sure.
yeah, look at this photograph. It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I remember where I was when I heard that song the first time because I could not get enough. I thought it was hilarious. It's very Dr. Seuss in rhyme. Anyway, they're a Jarl band. That's their genre. So we did also make it. Did you want to add anything to that before I move on?
To Nickelback?
The Iron Maiden.
I'm super curious about Bruce Dickinson. I think I looked up. He has an autobiography that I'm gonna listen to on
Oh
Spotify.
yeah, I bet it's good. Yeah, he's got
he's
a
got a
character.
ton of. He's a fencer. He's a pilot, entrepreneur.
Cancer
So does the
survivor.
group break
Yeah.
up?
no,
No,
no, they're touring
funny.
again in September. They will be in L.A.
I told
So
Russell
they
like
just
it's
add
funny.
that for drama.
The one thing
No,
they
they're
like,
covering what happened in the past because Bruce did leave the band at one time.
and they
yeah.
talked about that more than him like beating cancer. That's the one. I was like, it's funny.
Which-
That's the one thing, which I guess
Yeah.
gets brought up in one of their other catalog of documentaries, which I haven't
Exactly.
seen. But I was like, that's funny that the one thing they didn't go into almost any detail about. It was like 5 minutes of the movie was him getting and beating cancer.
Well, they did talk about Nico like dealing with his stroke, which has him not touring with the band for the first time and fucking since he's been there, which is like a huge blow. But again, a burning ambition. I loved it. I'm glad we were lucky enough to catch it in the theater. Also, I think one of the people in the movie was in the theater with us because there was a overly dressed 2 rows of people at a 4:15 p.m. Monday screening of a documentary who were very into it. And I'm like, oh, I think that motherfucker was one of the fans. So it was great. Again, now that Terrell's back, it feels appropriate to jump into the other movie I watched, which we had pre-screening tickets for a movie over at the Metreon. Terrell, who shows up prompt and on time. Again, it is part of his career.
Always.
He's an influencer
I
and
have to
takes
be
it
there early. Got to get lots of
Yep.
pictures.
very seriously. He's good at it. And he got in there into what turned out to be a sold out. I guess if you're not selling tickets
Overbooked.
which is good. I mean,
which is
I
what they
don't hate
usually
the
do.
promotion. I know there were people mad in line, but I'm like, this is what you have to do. People don't come out to everything. And the word must have been out that the movie's fantastic because it was Obsession. So, yeah, Terrell got in there. Thankfully, they were giving away shirts and One Wish Willows, which they did give to everybody who waited in line. So I felt
They had a ton of shirts left too. I think.
we should have tried. I know. I'm like,
They
fuck,
did.
Can I
I
get
tried-
another one?
I tried to grab another one. I got more willows, but
hell yeah.
on the table after the movie, they had all this rest of the shirts, and guys were just grabbing at them. And then the
Because they're gonna
I didn't
resell
see
them
my
because that
sizes left. Probably.
Yeah.
I
that
love
shirt
the
is
artwork
really
on it.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wish I grabbed
Damn.
the shirt, but I grabbed more willows because they sold out online, girl. Period.
Oh,
Because people try to
dude.
buy
How
them.
much were they selling those for?
I don't know because when
Evan,
I go
pull
to
it
it
up.
says sold out.
I mean, I'm sure.
One
I'm,
Wish
got you.
Willows online. How much
yeah,
are they
look them
going
up
for?
on eBay. They're probably.
Damn, I wish I could have got more of those, especially after seeing the movie.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah.
it. They're in the box. Mhm.
Dude, it'd be cool if you could get one of the displays for it. Like make
Oh, I
one, like they were
know.
selling in this. That'd be hella cool. Anyway,
I wanted
Again.
the popcorn bucket. Did y'all get one?
No, I didn't even
had
see it there.
The
One for
One Wish
50
Willow
bucks.
popcorn bucket.
yeah,
We saw a picture of it. I think.
$50, not
50
bad.
bucks. Is this
For
the
One
only
Wish
one
Willow?
I've found? I'm looking for. Oh no, here's some more.
I believe it. I need to go sell
Here's
mine.
one
then,
with the
bro.
flat
Give me
with the
$50.
plush cat.
Well, remember,
115.
Oh yeah,
It
that
has
was the
the
Alamo
kitten.
gift set. I was texting Roxana yesterday. She didn't respond, of course, but
Here's a pin
that
from
one,
South by
if you
Southwest.
go to the Alamo, you get the. It makes sense when you watch the movie. You get a lunchbox. There you go. You get the kitty cat, Stanley. What was his name? Simon
Yeah.
Stanley. And you get the brick. And the
Sandy.
brick is the squishy. Yep. And I was
You
like,
get the One Wish Willow,
and you
too,
get
it
the
looks like.
poster. You do at the Alamo party. And I wish I knew because I would have went again, bitch. I want all that, but I missed out, sadly. a
You
lot.
could literally buy a cat plushie that
Wow.
looks like that was also made in a fucking sweatshop by a young Asian child
Well,
from
you
like
know,
Dollar
but I need
Tree.
it from the official people who had movie merch.
Yeah. Terrell walked away with a handful of One Wish Willows and still ended up sad that he didn't get
No.
everything.
I
You're like,
have.
"Oh,
I
I
only
missed
have.
out.
How many
Aw."
do I have? I don't have a handful, girl.
Look at him. Oh my
I
god.
don't.
What,
I posted
what will
them.
ever make you happy? Look at this. All the merch. So I just want to say again, I put up milk and cereal because I do want to support Curry Barker, who I think is a
Also,
Terrell,
now that you've seen the movie, can we come back to my "It's wild they had obsession ads on Tinder" thing?
Yeah, my mom brought that up and thought it was wild you were on Tinder, by the way. Oh, also, my mom voted that Evan never drink brandy on the show again, too.
Well, I did
I
today.
think she... Oh, God. I can feel it. So Obsession, I just want to say, I think it's a perfect film. I don't think I've experienced such a good screenplay. Man, this thing is written so fucking tight. And there's this thing Matt Stone and Trey Parker always talked about, doing story transitions and how to get from like one scene to another. And they had this rule where they're like, don't ever have and then, where it's like, oh, this happened and then. They're like, no, make it because of or therefore. Like everything is connected. And this movie just fucking moves. Every scene, the story, we're advancing. Everything is layered. The acting is phenomenal. And they carried over their comedy. This movie is a scary, very effective horror movie that is completely relatable for everybody because it's about relationships. Like unless you're like a staunch asexual person and never had a thought or an insecurity about talking to somebody you liked, this movie is totally relatable. And they tapped into it in a way that everybody could kind of relate. And I just, man, I am, of all the YouTubers getting picked up, again, we have Backrooms coming out, and the Rocka guys have, they've already made 2 movies that are good. Dude, Curry, they made a found footage movie out of nowhere, dropped it on YouTube, Milk and Cereal. And because they kind of had a launch pad in our world, they feel like part of the team. And I'm very happy that they came out this explosive. The movie is so good. I highly recommend it. And again, I'm so happy that I got one of those One Wish Willows because I would have been fucking mad like Terrell after being like, fuck. Because after the film, I wanted all the merch too. I'm just teasing him because I'm fucking jealous.
He's
He got a
doing
bunch of
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Good. Have him do everything.
And he wants to do the new Nightmare on Elm Street. Did you see that?
Good.
Mm.
I didn't hear that, but it makes me excited because I think after this movie it's going to play strong. And I think it's a great theater movie. I think it's going to crush streaming too.
Who is this guy they got? Speaking of it, this guy's doing a big franchise, Curry Barker, which makes total sense to me, by the way.
Yeah.
much more than this one I'm about to say. Who is this fucking guy who's doing Blair Witch, who did like a good short film? And they're like, oh, you could take over a franchise that's been dormant for a decade. What the fuck are we doing here? I hope this guy
Terrell?
does a good job.
You want to weigh in on the new Blair Witch?
I don't know who the director is. Who's the director?
I know, but you do know about the new Blair Witch.
Well, I just know that the guy that we had on here for Cobweb, Chris Delvin, he wrote for that movie.
Oh, did he write it? That's promising then. That's good.
Yeah, and he did Texas Chainsaw Massacre that we all liked.
Which I liked. Yeah, no, I liked that.
And we all loved Cobweb, so I'm excited for this new Blair Witch. You
I like Texas Chainsaw even more.
I don't know who the director is, but he was so excited, and he even messaged me saying, "Oh, so now to answer your question, on the podcast, we asked if he would ever do, what did he ask us? Oh, in-world camera stuff. We asked him, and then
that's tight that Chris wrote it. I didn't know that.
He was like, "Oh," and I said, "Yeah, you got to come back and talk about that then, or all this." Yeah, we were talking about the movie, but yeah,
I just saw this Dylan Clark guy, and I looked him up, and I don't know who he is, but that's
Terrell,
tight
you just got to power through it today, Terrell. Remember, he had a little bit of brandy, so
yeah, but I don't know. I didn't know who was directing it. No, so when he mentioned that, I was just like, "Oh, I don't know."
Well, also, I just want to point out, look at the title. Do you think that's going to stick? The Blair Witch Project reboot? Like, are they actually going to play?
Unless it's a metatextual thing. But I don't give them that much. I don't know.
I hope it's metatextual, but I think Terrell might be right. It might be
a placeholder.
Yeah.
So what, he worked on home movies, dude?
Unless they're calling it that, and it's going to be a group of people going into the woods to try to recreate what the original did, and I guess shit's going to happen again, so it's called a reboot because they're probably trying to reboot the Blair Witch Project themselves, and it's going to be meta in that way. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'd like that idea.
Yeah. But you're right. I have no idea about what this movie is, though. So,
dude, well, we know the writer is a fucking good choice.
Yeah, that's cool. That I had no idea Chris wrote this, but that's tight. I'm way more interested now.
Again, Terrell, I want to hear your opinion on this, but before we get away from the Blair Witch, I do want to say that after we talked to Chris, he told us a little bit about what his original idea, like the unfiltered idea for Texas Chainsaw, was going to be. Dude, it's so fucking good. I couldn't be more excited that he's the one writing this movie.
Yeah, that's tight. Mm-hmm. That's big news.
It's huge. So proud of him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Terrell, I mean, goddamn, our theater was honestly pretty packed for a Friday. What am I saying? It's a Friday night. It should be fucking busy. We're just so used to like Thursday.
That's when normal people go see movies. Like Thursday is relieving some of the congestion, I think, for Friday.
Yeah, it will actually. I think it's an attempt to extend the weekend so you could get more box office for the internet.
Yeah,
but dude, everybody who saw this movie, Terrell, couples. It was just all couples throughout the theater, and I'm like, what a hell of a date movie,
I know.
Dude. Yeah, how did it play at the Metreon?
Oh, it played great. I think the sound was great. The atmosphere was great. There's people laughing, like George and his little posse in his little corner was just. This movie was really funny though. I love this movie. I was captivated from take one throughout the whole fucking film. I liked every single character, especially the girl who played Nikki. She killed it. I went to go try to look all her up, but she's a young girl. She has a promising future because she went from this badass girl to this, like, after the wish happens and she turned basically crazy. She dipped in and out of like loving to insane to troubled to scared to she went through, I think, every emotion in this movie, and she excelled in all of them, and she scared the fuck out of me. That's one scary ass bitch. And yeah, this movie had a lot of scenes that got me, but there was one scene in particular that I screamed. Literally, I've never been in a movie theater where I was like, I feel the scream come out, and I was just taken aback. The lady next to me screamed, and then Andy, he jumped. It was just a unison, this whole line in my row. I don't know. That one scene, I don't want to spoil it, or you might know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Me up. Like, I was just, and I was, it's been a long time where I watched a movie where I actually felt bad for somebody getting, what they got. Yeah. This character, I could relate to her a little bit, but I also was rooting for her a little bit, and to see what happened, and not just because of the little situationship thing, but also because of her surroundings. Like, she was so excited to get into something that didn't work out countless times. Things just wasn't working for her. Then she had this, and she wanted to share this moment with this person. And then this thing happens, and I was just so mad, upset, scared, sad, all at the same time, just like in the movie. And I don't know, that scene alone, just thinking about it, it's just like, oh, I feel so bad. But this movie was crazy.
Yeah.
The party scene, and the movie had me feeling antsy throughout the whole thing. Like I felt very like, oh, I know something's got to happen, or oh, what if this happens, or what's gonna, I just felt, I don't know, I was on edge the entire time.
Tense, yeah, the whole time.
It was so good. I don't know, every character, and I love the main guy. I know some people might think he's annoying. I thought he was kind of cute, and he gave real life. I was like, oh hey, but I liked him a lot. I liked his little quirky vibe, and him like scared, and then I liked the friendship group because they all weren't really that friendly. Like they all were lying to each other. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, this the best friend that is also Curry's partner. Is that his like partner in crime for his YouTube?
Yeah.
Cooper, the fat one.
Cooper. Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he was. I didn't really care for him that much. But then as it goes on, you kind of aren't supposed to, maybe. But I don't know. I liked it. You asked me a question about theater experience. It was great. Everyone was all into it. You could hear people gasping. You heard people like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like you heard, like I don't know. This is a near perfect film. 5 stars. No notes.
What didn't you like? Why near perfect?
I thought it was perfect. I sometimes some of the runtime I think got me a little bit. I was like, okay, like some of the scenes were stuck on stuff too long. But I don't know. I liked it. I gave it 5 stars. No notes.
How long were you in line before that screening?
I wasn't in line very long at all. I walked up. I was in that little short line. I told them my name, let me in, and I was going to sit down.
Yeah, well, they do know you there, but I mean, like, how early were you there before?
I was there an hour early, 6:00. The show was at 7. They let people in around 6:15-ish. And the line was all the way, like I came up the little escalator. The line was all the way wrapped around the thing. I don't know. It was hella people. Out of all the early screens I went to, I think the line was the longest this time. That's why I was like, where are y'all? Are y'all not in line? Y'all not here? Y'all weren't there. So I was like, okay, what happened? So I saw
we didn't
George.
have a free hour to be there early. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw George there. Hella people were there, girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to George over at Another Hole in the Head. Like a lot of these promotions are given to, like a film fest. He's been running that for over 20 years, and they give it to him to give out to populate. Yeah.
Now that you mentioned, who was it? The Terrell people. I did see a lot of recognized familiar faces from that. And they were all sitting in that one row there. I was like, oh hey, y'all.
Yeah, I think they had their own like sign up.
That's another industry thing. Yeah.
Got it.
So us, we have a thing too.
It was packed.
I mean. Yeah, I wonder, and it started late, right?
Yes, it usually starts at 7:10. I don't know so often. It's supposed to start at 7, but they give you time, leeway, and gives you room to go do a giveaway because they gave away a big basket full of merch, and I wanted to win. I was 2 numbers off, bitch. She gave me a rally ticket. I'm usually good at those. I used to be winning that shit. But anyways, I didn't win it. Some little girl in the front won, and I was so happy for her.
And she never made it home.
But yeah, she got this big gift basket with a bunch of. No, I just love movie merch. I don't know,
dude. Anyways, I know. We're both buried in it. Believe me, I know.
I have a lot of it.
We still got those shirts, but you know what's funny? The line got cut off. There was one group in front of us, and then it was us, and they were like,
"Yeah, where were y'all? Y'all running that late?
One seat left."
I'm not gonna pull that up. I have.
Y'all always late.
Use props right next to me. We weren't late. That's the thing. Yeah, we got there early.
Everyone they started it way earlier, I think, this time. And I mean, sound from the line.
We just got people in out of there.
I kept seeing people come in counting what extra seats they had. Because hell, people kept getting their seats, saving it, and going to get popcorn and shit. And I was like, I hope I'm not over here trying to get popcorn before getting into this movie theater. Because I was like, that's crazy. So that's what I was thinking.
The line for popcorn kept fluctuating too. And I'm like, let's just wait and see because this isn't looking that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lines were long. Yeah, it did start a little later. It started like around 7:20, 7:25. They pressed play, but usually it's never like that because I think they were trying. It was a lot of shenanigans going on. I don't know.
Yeah, they were trying to like. I don't know. It sounds like count and like make sure they had as many people in there as possible.
I think Terrell would think it was perfect if he didn't have an hour and a half wait to run up. Like, dude, I do. I give very favorable reviews. I just love movies. I give everything fucking 5s. And this one, I'm like,
well, this one deserves
I regret it. I know. Sometimes I regret it because I'm like, I wish I could distinguish this one. Yeah, a couple of times. Actually,
Oksana, how did you feel? Because you didn't say anything about the movie. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was great.
Did you scream at that scene I'm talking about? Because I damn near did.
I know I squeezed Russell at one point.
You weren't scared. It got me by. I did not think what that was going to happen was going to happen. That's why I liked it. This movie was so unpredictable to me because you always have in mind what you think's going to happen. And
it wasn't so many like jump scares. I think it was like those like really earned like dread inside your body and soul kind of scares. So like I don't think I screamed at all, but it was definitely like
That one
effective.
scene. What about the scene in the dark corner? Did you see the person in the dark corner or no at first? Because I didn't at first, and then when it popped out, I was like, "Oh my Lanta!" It was so good. I want to watch it again just to see if I could see that visualization better. But yeah, and then the creepy movement. How'd y'all feel about that? The acting was top tier.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was like not. It was like that ghost walk kind of walk, but it wasn't so like goofy.
Yep. There was a little bit of a playing backwards, and he was getting creative in there.
It worked really
which
well.
I think is the hallmark of a YouTube content creator, because a lot of that editing in there and a lot of the camera action was very faux pas busy. But guess who edited the movie?
Curry Barker.
He did. Yeah. So again, that found footage muscle being flexed right there. Fantastic film.
Spoiler alert, a little bit, slightly, kind of, sort of, not so much. But at the
Just
end,
don't give any context.
Did y'all laugh?
Yeah, it's funny at the end.
Okay, because there's a hell of people in theater that were laughing at the ending, and some people were just like not feeling it. But
it's a mixed bag.
Interesting. Yeah,
it's a mixed bag. It's not funny, but it's funny. I
chuckled, but I felt bad at the same time. I was like, "Oh,
yeah, fantastic movie."
Yeah, and then it just it's interesting. I just want to know what y'all thought about the ending.
6 stars.
There was some so we were like, in the second row basically because the back was all full in the theater, and there was no one around us when I got the tickets, so I had my stuff on the seat next to me, and these kids came in and they were like that was one of their seats, but they had just moved over, and then more people came in even after them, and they all took up that
hella
seat.
late. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Right next to me was like in the bathroom for more than half of the movie.
The movie was fucking with him. He kept getting up and leaving, and then coming back in.
But he was like
leaving.
rubbing his stomach like he was going to go to the bathroom or something. I'm like,
this is why you weren't scared. You're paying attention to your neighbors.
No, I just like.
Oh yeah, I was going to say. That's why she wasn't into the damn movie.
I was into the movie, but I'm just
squeezing.
Like,
girl, shit was scary. The fuck? What you squeezing on?
I didn't. His hand.
There was a moment in that movie where I covered my eyes, and I'm like, I am too old to be doing this. That's where I was, and I think it was at the spot you're talking about, Terrell.
Yes,
because I could feel it, and I'm like,
didn't feel bad for that character because I knew from the jump that character had something for this other character.
yeah.
You could clock that
cut it.
and y'all didn't even get it. I got it. I was like, this bitch.
Yeah, we should get an award for Terrell. He got it.
Infatuated for this other hoe that didn't want.
Okay,
him.
spoiler. And again, Evan, just bleep all that out.
Why?
Don't cut it. Just go beep because
but
people
it wasn't
like
a spoiler.
Yeah,
it trailer.
Look at him smiling. He knows. He's like, "Ooh, spoiled this shit."
Spoiled anyways, all the actors were flawless except for all of them were great.
No, he was
Who
great
was
too.
that old man? Because
Andy Richter.
Yeah, the old bitch. Well, is he famous? Because people
yes.
like him. Okay.
Yes, he's very famous.
What's he from?
He also looks a lot like Cooper, which I'm like, are they related?
But that was a boss.
He was Conan O'Brien's sidekick that's how I know him. But yeah, he had a show. We don't need to spend time on that.
I even like the magic box type of shop. Did y'all like that?
Mm-hmm.
The crystal shop. I kind of
like the bitch working there too.
This whole movie was great, y'all. Everything.
Remind me of Hate Street, where you go down to some fucking hipster store and you're like asking, they're like, "Huh?"
What? Or like
she was on the phone.
Yeah,
the girl from Hoagie is what.
Oh yeah. She's like a real life version of that character.
Yeah.
Fantastic, perfect movie. I loved it. When I leave a theater and I'm like, that screenplay was flawless. It's such a weird thing to say, but man, it was so well written. Perfect. Okay, I'm done.
That was great.
Ooh,
so Evan, are you gonna watch Obsession?
Yeah, I want to see Obsession. Yeah,
I bet you're gonna be like that boy. You probably gonna make a wishbone like that.
I didn't ask him what he thought, but shout out to the homie Sam Freeman, friend of the show. He said he was going.
Oh, Sam!
Oh my god!
They were going to see
my boy Sam.
Yeah, we talk all the time now. They
nice.
They're going. They were going
from
to see
Forgotten to my boy.
No, because I didn't know who's Freeman. I don't remember him by that, but I get it. His wife or ex-wife messaged me. I like her. She reached out. I was like, oh, that's just a podcast, and she heard what I said about her ass.
Ooh,
but
listen, this home wrecker over here.
They went to go see it last night, though. Obsession. So I'm curious what they thought about it.
Everybody will say the same thing.
He don't care.
It's so fantastic. Look at Terrell. All right,
I'm
Terrell,
trying-
what you got?
I don't know. I'm gonna make this quick because I'm over it. So next up, I went to go see a movie that also came out that's probably gonna get blocked by Obsession because everybody's going to see Obsession. But a lot of movies are out y'all need to still go see. And it is In God Is, the first directional and written movie from Aleshea Harris. And she did a good job with this movie, y'all. This is apparently a play, which I didn't know about. But I love this movie. I'm sorry. This movie was top tier. I give this 5 stars, 2 girl. We don't get into it. So this is about 2 sisters who embark on an epic quest for revenge, confronting a charged family history that will push them to extraordinary lengths. Okay, whatever. That's a weird synopsis. But basically, this movie Is God Is. I love this. If you know me, it's partially because like some of these movies, I don't like westerns. This is like a western movie, kind of on a revenge. These 2 bitches on a road trip for revenge. So basically, it opens up with these 2 girls, these twins, which are amazing, Cara Young and Miss Mallory. That's the real names. I forgot the names in the movie. Naya and Sid or something. Anyways, they're both great, and they call each other twin the whole damn movie. But there's 2 twins who grew up. They both are filtering through trauma. So the one who has the burned faces, everyone just calls her ugly, and the other sister, she's like the harder one. She goes to beat their asses up. Like they both, they both take care of each other in different ways. So she always, like, people try to come for her, she goes to check their asses. And then they all have this inner, I don't know, like a twin thing. Like, I love this scenes where they would just look at each other and it would have like little, what is it at the bottom? You can
Subtitles.
They'll have subtitles of what they're saying because they could like talk to each other with their faces. And it's like, it's so cool. I don't know. It's just, you gotta watch it. It's kind of funny too. But these girls are just like sassy. I love that. Like, bitch, stuff like that. I love it. So these girls are like, they never met their mom. They've been passed along through foster care, being, they touch on kind of what happened to these 2 girls during that time. But they're dealing with like the way they look, the way they are perceived a lot, and they just had a rough upbringing, but they make the most of it. They live together, they work together, they got each other's back. They're like attached at the hip, and then when they could feel each other's pain, I guess you could say. I don't know. Their bond was great. That's the one thing I did like about that. But they get a letter in the mail from their mother, Vivica A. Fox, saying, "Hey, I'm about to die. I want to see you." Right? And I'm like, oh, why would she send this letter now? Like, she was not around. And I guess they didn't know where they got these scars and these burns. Like, one has burns on her face. The other
I don't know how I got these scars.
On her arm. And they go on the trip. One is reluctant to go. The other girl's like, no, we got to go see what's going on. I want to see my mama. So they go there. The mom is just like, she has all these servants around her. She seems like a god. They call her God. She's like a god. She surpassed mother. She went straight to God. But anyways, they call her God because she gave birth to them and created them. So they felt like, oh, that's our God. It's our mother. I don't know. There's a lot of like interpretations you can make for this too. But basically, she tells them the story of their daddy, Sterling K. Brown, who is super great in this. He usually plays like good people roles, but he plays an excellent villain. So sinister, he made me mad as hell. But anyways, he's a father. Papa was a Rolling Stone because he got various different families with other women and different kids all throughout this little thing. I don't want to spoil this too much. I'm going through it too much. But basically, she tells the girls, I'm dying and I need y'all to do something for me. Like, oh yeah, mama, we'll do anything for you. You God, right? So then she's like, you need to go kill your daddy. And then the nice one with all the scars that's like so timid and cries at the drop of a dime. She's like, we can't do that. We're not killers. And the other just like, yes, we are. It's in our blood. Our daddy tried to kill us, and our mama, she wants us to kill, so it's in our blood, whatever. It's just funny. The little back and forth is always funny. Anyway, so the mom is burned to a crisp because basically it shows the flashback. Basically, the dad burned them all. Like, she had a restraining order on him. I guess he used to beat them and shit. So she wanted him away from her children. It was kind of a sad scene, but it shows him popping up at the house, choking her, throwing her in a tub. And then he threw like the liquid on her to burn her. But before he did that, he brought the girls into the bathroom to say, oh, let's play a game. And he burned her, and the 2 girls try to save the mom. He locks the door and goes to smoke a cigarette and laughs as his whole family is burning. Oh, it pissed me off. Wouldn't y'all be mad?
Yep, I'd be pretty mad.
So I don't understand. So the 2 girls lived, and he moved on with his life. He got a whole new family. He dipped on them, went to another family, living large and in charge. And none of these people know about them because he lied and said the whole family died, but they didn't. So the mom survived it, but she didn't want to be with her 2 daughters and for them to see her like that because she was worse than them all. her whole body. Like she just felt like it would be better for them to be with somebody to take care of them. I don't know. That was
we
her
saw her
story,
in the
but
trailer. She looked fucked up.
Yeah, but you didn't see the bottom half of her body. It's worse. But anyways, her
shit.
as it goes on, the two girls they're dealing with their own little personal traumas. One of them, I don't want to spoil that. Anyways, they both have stuff that's going on with them as this road trip's going on, and they're conflicted. Like, oh, like we are killers, or are we killers? And things happen where they have to defend themselves. There's like a bloody trail along this movie. It's like it's great. It's like a western. Because I was looking into it, so, it is like a western, I guess. I don't like westerns, but I like this one. But yeah, they go through each people trying to figure out where this man is. They go through different characters, and they get a guy who can't talk, who has his tongue cut out, and he likes pain. This scene was kind of funny, and he likes women to beat on him, like mistress type of vibes. Shit, y'all gotta see it. Anyways, I don't know. I really was fucking with this. The music was great. The last scene was just chaotic to me because I was on the edge of my seat. The final battle, and with I had never seen someone make a sandwich and me be that mad about someone making a damn sandwich. I'll just say that. It was interesting. Janelle Monáe was in it, just as gorgeous as ever. And just to see the different characters dealing with this man who's almost like God-like, because people feared him in a way, or maybe devil-like. I don't know. But this was crazy to see how the two girls, they had a little discourse and a little disbandment. You know how these movies go. But then they had to see how they came back together and to see how that ended. I don't know. The ending was kind of sad and emotional too to me. Now that I'm thinking of it, it's kind of sad. But anyways, I loved it. This movie is great. Is God Is. I looked up the stage play. That seemed like a very powerful stage play, but the movie was really good. The actors, I think that's what brought it to. This is great. I don't know. And the theater
Terrell,
was all into it. What?
Can I ask, is the movie, is it like that Afro surrealism? You know, like Boots Riley, how he does like a lot of like Oakland, but it's like surreal. Like, is it like that, or is it like grounded? Have you seen any of Boots Riley's movies?
Who's that?
Okay.
And that was like 10-foot tall black man and stuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of like urban fantasy stuff going on.
This is very urban fantasy, I will say that, because there's some of that in here. I don't know, I liked it, and then it's bloody too, and it's, you know how I like the little girls that are like sassy and stuff. It's all of that. That's the whole movie. It's funny, and they have a good time, and you fall in love with these characters. And I don't know, I loved it. It was a great movie. I give it 5 stars. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much.
Have you ever seen Jack Goes Boating with the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman? It was also based on a play. It's a really good movie.
What? It was based on a play? That's why you brought it up?
Yeah, because this was also based on a play, he said.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and I like that quote.
We're getting Brian.
That quote that they said a few times, careful with vengeance, because you don't know where the blood may lie. Y'all get that? Clock that.
Oh, I
That's
see this.
That's a great quote for this movie. And I like revenge flicks. Okay. So I guess we're done with...
Oh, don't get sensitive.
I'm not. That was it. All right, y'all. But that was it. Y'all got anything else?
Yeah, Jack Goes Boating looks like cut from the same cloth as that movie. I also agree with Evan. You should totally watch this.
I don't know. That didn't look the same. But yeah.
No, here, let me pull it up again so we can see how not the same.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's bringing that up.
Seymour Hoffman has dreads in it.
Holy shit.
Is that a racist joke?
Dude.
I can't. So thank y'all for listening to this episode of Footage Foreplay. Go watch Obsession and Is God Is. Show them some love. And if you've seen it, let us know in the comments. Period. Yeah, y'all can watch that too. I gotta check that out. But yeah, period. Bye, y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Check out Iron Maiden too. That should be streaming soon, I bet.
Take a look behind the Iron Curtain.
Fear the night. Period.
Oh my god.
I wish y'all could play that so they could hear it, but y'all get cut off.
We could.
Are we done?
Thanks for listening to Footage Foreplay. If you enjoy the show, please consider leaving a review, sharing it with a friend, or simply hitting like. These small gestures are a great free way to support this mayhem, and if you find some footage we should be fondling, email us at footageforeplay@gmail.com. Check back every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes, and remember, don't skip the foreplay.